the question is, Adam, is the Batman movie, that the first Batman movie that came out from Tim Burton's directorial date, is that your favorite of all the Batman movies, including like Batman Begins and everything else?
No.
No.
No. I mean, I'd probably have to say Dark Knight. It's kind of the go-to one. But I have also rewatched that one so many times that, like, I mean, maybe it's Batman Begins at this point. And I do think Batman Returns needs another watch from me. I haven't seen it for a long time, and it was kind of creepy when I was a kid.
Right.
With Danny DeVito, like, and Michelle Pfeiffer, like Danny DeVito eating that fish and then biting that guy's nose.
Yeah.
It's really weird stuff. And that weird, like, fake clown car Batmobile that he had. And it was a kooky movie.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I was probably a bit too young when I first saw it.
Yeah. I mean, all the penguins, too, right? Like, the real-life penguins, and then, like, they're in the ice and everything. It's kind of right. It's kind of a nutty situation.
Yeah.
No, I feel that. But I did see it a little more recently, because I had, like, this DVD collection of, like, the first couple Batman movies, like the first 4 of them, or at least the first 4 of the modern era. And
yeah, I've got those too.
Oh, nice. You had 2. Okay, that's cool.
In fact, my wife had never seen Batman Forever or Batman and Robin, so we recently rewatched them like last week.
Through the prism of 2021, what was that like?
Oh man, those movies are really a product of like mid '90s Hollywood. Mm-hmm. With the almost stunt casting of certain people like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jim Carrey. And then she also, I mean, this is good stuff for the stream, because my wife also didn't know that "Kiss from a Rose" was written for that movie, or at least was heavily featured for that movie.
Right.
She just knew that Seal song and thought it was cool, and I was like, well, look at the music video. It's just Seal singing in front of the bat signal and then clips from the terrible, terrible movie.
It was a terrible movie. Oh, goodness.
It's bad.
Oh, it's so bad.
And people talk about Batman and Robin, but Batman Forever I think it's just as bad.
Yeah.
Except Batman, because that one actually had, like, maybe some, like, aspirations of being still decent. And it fails everywhere.
It really does. Oh, so my sister's in the chat. Her name is Christy's Coffee. She also streams. Hi, Christy. And thank you for the resubs.
Hi, Christy.
5 months. 5 months.
Oh, that's a good sister.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Adam. So I would like you to meet Adam Nelson, a.k.a. Rock the Piano. We're about to start our show any moment now, but I'll give you a quick synopsis of who he is. So here we go with the guest commander to explain a little bit more about his career and what he's up to right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, but anyway, we should be just about ready to go. I usually just take a couple minutes to let people... Davy, you gotta switch the camera. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks. This is what happens when I come home straight from the office. Like, right. It's not Space Quest 3. Thank you. Yeah. All right, I think it should be switched.
Space Quest 3.
I was playing yesterday, though, so that was fun. Yeah. But yeah, now that we are not playing Space Quest tonight. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for reminding me. So Aaron is our chief mod. She's awesome. And thanks for hanging with us. Aaron, do you know if Justin? She also mods for Justin and Evelyn. And I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're familiar with them. Are you, Aaron? Do you know if they're streaming tonight? I have no idea. I have been I haven't really been on their Discord, but if they are, that's fine. It's just we'll have some backup tonight. So, all right. Well, Adam, it sounds like we're pretty much ready. Just checking to see everything out good on your end.
I think so.
All right.
Let's put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Oh, good idea. Thank you for the emails, Christy. I appreciate you. Ed said she was shooting for it, but haven't gotten confirmation. Okay. No sweat. Well, at any rate, it should be a really fun time tonight. And I got some announcements at the top, too, so let's go ahead and do it. Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know when you're live. I'll host you.
Okay. We're live now, actually. We're about to start officially, so feel free. Take your time with that.
Oh, yes, I see that.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Aaron. I'm doing the dance too. Hey, thank you, Adam. Rock the Piano's now hosting with 1 viewers. I love it. Thank you, Adam. That's really nice of you to do that. All right, so let's begin. Oh, Aaron, thank you, Aaron. Thank you for hosting as well. Wonderful. Woohoo! We are off to a good start. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. So, hello, everyone. Once again, welcome back to the Sandwich Show. My name is Davy. I eat sandwiches. I also drink beer, and I also host this program, which is called The Sandwich Show. And on this show, we feature folks from Twitch and people from all over Twitch who stream and do all sorts of cool things. We get to learn a little bit more about them. Tonight, we're going to be meeting our friend Adam, who is also known as Rock the Piano. Let's learn a little bit more about Adam and say hi to him tonight. Adam, how's it going? How's everything with you?
I'm good. It's been like inanimate objects decide not to work with me today, so my audio is kind of funky. You're gonna hear me from this camera mic right here because my audio interface decided to stop talking to my computer completely, and I spent all day trying to figure that out, which also meant that I have a rather interesting reveal for what my sandwich is tonight as well, because I had no time to put a sandwich together.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny you've mentioned that, because I barely had any time myself because I drove in straight from my office, like, in a different part of town. So I guess we'll be in the same way. We'll see what we came up with. I bet you're still gonna be pretty good though. I love it. And no, maybe not. I wouldn't sell you short. I wouldn't sell you short there. Christine, welcome to the chat. It's so good to see you here in the chat. And Christine says hello to Adam.
Hello, Christine.
Yeah. And Aaron likes your puffin shirt. Look at that puffin shirt. Nice.
I'm a stud puffin.
That's super cool. Yeah. Christy's Coffee says the mirror on your wall is mesmerizing. I think it's not a mirror. That's actually
not quite.
Yeah. Is that like
it's a little camera right here?
Look at that. So yeah, so that camera goes in and it's basically like a close up of the keys. So it's really kind of a cool spot. Part of the cool stuff you can do that you can watch over on Adam's channel. So the announcement's at the top. Let me just go back and break that down. So first of all, thank you everybody for following the show. We hit 300 followers late last night. I want to thank you all for that. It's really great. That's a big milestone. So I really appreciate you. I'm just leaving the bar filled because I just want to take a moment to soak it in. We'll come up with a 400 follower goal later. But for 300, we're going to do a 90s trivia night. So that'd be really fun. And
yay. Is
that something you do, Adam? Have you ever done trivia like at bars and such?
I did a music trivia at a bar once.
Yeah.
Where I would take, like, there'd be decades categories, and basically I would just play a song and they'd have to write down the artist and the name. And I had other categories too, where I would sing a song up to a point, and then people would have to write down the next line of lyrics. Ooh. Or I did one where they and I would play like 5 songs, and they had to guess what the name of the category was. Like, these are all songs that Mick Jagger sang backup on. Ooh. Or something like that.
That's pretty good. I would love that challenge. Well, wait, hang on. Before we get to that, before we answer that question, pump it up. That's one of our redeems on the channel. So thank you, Christy, for the redemption, or thank you, Aaron, for the redemption. Is that your tambourine? I love it. How often do you use a tambourine on your channel? Like, is that invoked a lot? Is it a redeem?
Not really. It's not a redeem. I haven't used it on the channel a lot. I use it live actually quite a bit. Okay. Where I'm like taking it and kind of do something like that.
Oh, that's clever.
And just by habit, it's there. I need to use it a bit more.
Got it. Yeah. No, that sounded pretty good. Like your percussion panache is quite good too. So that's pretty nice. No, glad I know for sure. But yeah, how did people end up doing with those kind of challenges, like the 5 in a row, the 5 related songs and things like that? Those, like, did folks mind up picking it up, or was it more of a struggle for the?
I don't think they picked up on that Mick Jagger one that I did.
Yeah, that sounds pretty. That was a
can't-
pretty good challenge. Yeah.
I can't even remember the only song I can remember that was on. There were two. I did like "Disease" by Matchbox 20, and "She's So Vain." A lot of people don't know he sang backup on that song, and I can't remember what the other few songs were. But I don't think anyone got that one unless they were nerd like me. Another one was really easy because it was like a Halloween week, like 10 years ago. So I did. They were all like monster bands. So I did like. Let's see. Of course, I did. She drives me crazy. Oh, by 10,000 Maniacs or whatever that band was.
Fine and Cannibals. I think, yeah.
Oh, Fine and Cannibals. That's right. There's another one. There's another Maniacs band. I can't remember what they did, but I also did. It was where the band was like some sort of monster or something. So I also did the Zombies, and I did Vampire Weekend.
Ooh.
And I can't remember what the other two were off the top of my head.
Ooh,
but that one, once they got one or two, they kind of figured out that the entire category was just monsters and just guessed that even if they didn't know the other songs.
Yeah, I got you. No doubt. So I mean, but the thing that what's really cool about your year is that you've really had the chance to get out and do things. And I know that you were taking a break from Rock the Piano for a little bit, but in that time, it looked like you were really having a lot of fun. And I do want to recommend folks to also follow Adam on Instagram, and I think his Instagram handle is Adam A. Nelson. And and on there, if you happen to be in the Midwest somewhere, there's a decent chance you'll see him performing somewhere nearby, because you were in a lot of places. And I did want to kind of start with that because it seemed like a really fun little series of tours. What kind of events were you gigging at during the summer?
Well, let me see where they were.
Okay.
When they, because the company I work for does a lot of private events, and I usually just kind of go to like places around Chicago, like Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, maybe Minnesota or Indiana. But the gigs were sporadic enough, and I was strategically located, and I'd also been working with my agent for a long time, that he just kind of gave me everything he had that suddenly came in once, a decent amount of the population was vaccinated and states were opened up again.
Right.
So some of these gigs took me on a plane to get somewhere. Like one of the first gigs I did when things opened back up was I actually got to go down to North Carolina and do a gig in Asheville, one of my favorite cities. And while I was down there, of course, I made a little jaunt over to Charlotte and finally met the bards.
Yes.
All of the Brookstone bards.
Right.
So that was really fun. Let's see. And then everywhere else that I've been has been kind of typical stuff. I played like a 100th anniversary party of a parks department opening up in northern Nebraska.
I love it.
Let's see. I did a number of weddings. There was one weekend that was kind of insane. There were two weekends, like almost in a row, that were insane. One of them went to Indianapolis and then Elmira, New York, and then back home. And the more insane one took me from let's see. I had to drive to Pittsburgh to pick up my partner. So I spent a day there. And then the next day we drove to Long Island and played Stony Brook University. And when we were done with that, we got back on the road and got out of New York City. I would have liked to stay a day, but I couldn't find anything interesting to do or anyone to meet. And we were also done at like 10, and we had a long drive the day after anyhow. So we got on the road and made it all the way to like Philadelphia and slept at like 3 a.m.
That's crazy.
And then the next day we had off, but we kind of went to Baltimore, and I saw a friend, and we met up with some of his family friends. And the day after that, we had a gig in New Kirkland, something like that, in Virginia. It was a casino with some on-track betting, with like a horse track. But most of these are like fundraisers, weddings, some bar gigs like that. The casino thing was a bar gig. There's weird stuff like that, and it kind of takes me all over. And
wow.
There's a lot of clubs here in Chicago that I've played at, but there's a whole lot of players that are awesome here in Chicago, and the club owners are kind of aware of that, unfortunately. So it means they don't really give people enough shifts to really decide to do this for a living. So that's why I do a lot more of the traveling stuff.
Oh, I see. Because they've kind of got their
a lot more.
I gotcha. Because they've got all their deals with with various players. Christy, thank you for the gift sub to Abraham Nemitz. Very nice of you to do that. And Christine says Stony Brook is near where I grew up. That's great, Christine.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Wow.
Yeah, really great. And Mima Nina, my mom's in. Hello, Mom. This is Adam. Say hi to Adam.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, that's awesome, though. But that just sounded like so much fun. And when you are in Chicago, I mean, you've got your spots. I know you have one near Wrigley Field. Is that still one of your regular spots?
It is, especially in the summer, because they have dueling piano shows after every home Cubs game.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So when the Cubs are done, a little bit before they're done, I'll hop on the train. Like, I'm not far from the L, and I can just hop on that. I'm about 6 stops away from Wrigley Field. I'll hop off, and I'll do a 2-hour show. And that one's a lot of fun because people are all ready for the show. They don't need like a half hour of, this is how the show works, and why don't you get a drink, and everyone come in. Like, everyone's already ready to party.
Nice.
So that can be a lot of fun. And I do that. I work at Slugger sometimes in the other months, but they're only open like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I'm usually busy. But of course, baseball games can happen any day of the week.
Right.
So that's why I do a lot more of those in the summer. I'll do one on like a Sunday night or a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, that's just a great setup because you're out there, you're watching baseball, you're having fun, you're drinking with people, and then after the game, you're like, let's just walk over a couple blocks and have some fun singing along to what's popular during those sets. Like, I'm imagining the usual stuff like Don't Stop Believing and Living on a Prayer, stuff like that. Yeah,
the top 5 are, like you said, Don't Stop Believing, Living on a Prayer, Sweet Caroline, Piano Man, and the 5th one is now kind of debatable because it used to be Brown Eyed Girl, but that one doesn't come up too much anymore.
Yeah.
If the crowd is younger than me, like if the crowd is younger than 35, then that 5th song might be something like Mr. Brightside by the Killers.
Oh.
That song is huge in clubs.
Right.
And I don't have to sing any of it. I just play the intro, just that's about all I have to play, and they'll sing the rest of the song.
That's so good, man.
That's easy.
That's an awesome spot. Absolutely. And I was just saying the same thing, Aaron. Coming out of my cage, and I've been doing just fine. And yeah. I'm all over that.
See,
we just did it.
It's working.
We'll sing this song for you. I love it.
Now watch how no one sings along to Brown Eyed Girl. See, no one's singing.
Hey, where we go? But
crud. Okay, maybe it is still popular.
No, I probably would agree with it, actually. Oh, Bridington, it's good to see a Hi San fam going to lurk. Having a good lurk. Hope you enjoy our show. And Christine says, I am singing. I love that song. So you have a little support for it. You have a little support for it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one for baseball, too, because they talk about having fun in the green, making love in the green grass. Sometimes they censor that, but good times. Yeah. Back in the stadium with you, brown-eyed girl. Yeah, so you got me going. That's good. Got my attention, at least. By the way, keep that sploop command handy. We might need it later. But yeah. Adam might be onto it too. We'll see. Jade, welcome into the chat. Good to see you. Jade's one of our regulars here, and she is
awesome.
Great.
Hi, Jade.
Have you seen Jade on Rock the Piano? I assume maybe you have, but
I don't know.
I know you've seen Aaron.
I don't think so.
Oh no, okay. Well, Jade, meet Adam. Adam, meet Jade. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah, she's got a great stream though. Her art is impressive, and she's starting to find a new thing with the emotes too. Like her emote design is quite good. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, all in all, it just seems like you're having a lot of fun. Now, the other thing I wanted to get into before we get into Sandwich of the Week was something I don't hear you talk about them a lot elsewhere, and it's just maybe just because I'm not in your Discord enough, but the marching band drills you were doing over the summer were actually really interesting to me because I know that's another thing you do, and tell us a little bit about that process because it sounds like you need a lot of space for it, and
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I was seeing if I had some of my materials with me, and I already packed them away because they take up so much space. But
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I print up some scores. I'm trying to see if the program will cooperate with me right now, and I can kind of show you what happens.
Oh, okay.
I get some scores that, shows all the music, and then eventually, like early June, I'll get all the numbers, and they say, well, we've got 7 flutes, 10 clarinets, 4 saxophones, 10 trumpets, 2 horns, 5 trombones, 2 tubas, and this is what we have in the drum line. This is how many guard. And now that you have the numbers, we need at least the first 2 minutes of drill. We need that in 4 weeks, and like 5 bands will say that at the same time, and all of a sudden, I'm like swamped for a month trying to get openers ready for everyone.
Wow.
And by openers, I mean, those first, like the first song. Usually a marching band show is like 3 or 4 songs.
Right.
And they want their opener so they can start learning it in late July, early August. So I'll get those numbers, and I have 4 to 6 weeks to have a product ready for them.
That's pretty impressive.
And,
that you're able to do a set, and then it can be a set for multiple different schools at once. So there's some efficiency in there. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. But what are some of the standard moves you would put into a drill set? Like, for example, is it, because I don't exactly know the nuances of it. So is it march up the field, go left, go right, or do you actually draw out the entire pattern?
I am going to show you actually.
Oh, nice. Okay. Great.
Let's
go ahead and zoom in here.
There are 2 windows, and I'm going to try I got to add it here.
Okay.
In fact, I'll change my entire screen for a second.
Okay.
But let me first open up. I'm going to open up one of the drills that I wrote this season.
All right.
There we go. That one. It's let's see. I think that's it. And
okay.
I got to add another source.
Okay.
Or I could actually. Oh, no, that's not going to work.
Hey, nice Venmo code.
Yep. What do I have? I've got that. That's not going to. Do I have one for?
Ninja's in the
I've got
chat.
so many seeds in here. Hello, Ninja. I think it's him. I'm not looking right now. All right.
Okay.
So, let's see. Should I do display capture? Yeah, let's just do that.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa. Oh, whoops, wrong monitor. Sorry about that. That's funky. Let's change that to. No, that's not it. All right, that's not it either.
You could do window capture then instead of a display capture.
Yeah, it was window capture. I just put it on the wrong thing.
Oh, okay, right on.
Yes, I want to move that.
Yeah.
I forgot which thing was on, and my beer is in the way of my selection screen, so I couldn't see what was happening.
That's funny.
Existing Lappy. There we go. So
there you go. Cool.
Here
okay.
is.
Let's go back and see this.
Here's what it looks like.
Wow.
And there's a second screen that decided not to work. I mentioned earlier that the inanimate objects and software are not agreeing with me today, and that's part of it. But
I see.
This first one is just a literal, they made the football field into a grid.
Okay.
And then the other screen is an actual kind of screen that shows the stadium in 3 dimensions, and it shows all the marchers with their specific instruments or spinning rifles or spinning flags and stuff like that. And for some reason, that doesn't want to open up right now, but I've got this view right here. And all I do is I draw the picture, and these little tabs here on the bottom are, right here it says there's 8 counts between this page and this page. Nothing happened there. Between these 2 pages, there's this picture, then this picture, and there's 16 counts between them. So it takes 16 counts for these instruments to go from one to the next.
Oh, wow.
And all they see is this picture right here, and it says march 16 counts to this spot. And some people, of course, are going forwards, some are going to the right, or some are going backwards. And eventually it all animates into one big thing.
Look at that. It's incredible.
Yeah, and I can it'll sync to music. I'm gonna talk while it does that. I'm gonna shrink it just a bit.
Oh, nice. Okay, very good.
So you can still see my head. But that's the entire show going super fast.
This is amazing. This is really cool.
And again, there's another window that it bugs me that the other window won't show up because that's a little bit neater to look at. But
I see.
This is the one that also helps me organize which performers are which. You'll see some of them have different letters and different numbers.
Mm-hmm.
The C's are clarinets, the B's are baritones, the T's are trumpets.
Whoa.
Those red dots, those red dots are the guard.
Okay.
So they're the ones swinging flags and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The ones here in the back, that's the drum line with the snares, the tenors or quads, as some people call them, and the bass drums. Some of these stationary things, those are props that they'll go around.
This is really cool. And see, yeah, they all form shapes. Yeah, I see that. And then, so yeah, that's a wave. Okay, that looks really cool. Yeah, I know eventually they want you to form the letters of the school in there. So
sometimes, yeah.
Oh,
Usually, sometimes they make that up themselves. I actually only had to do that. I think I've only done that for one school in the last 7 years.
Oh,
Most of them
okay.
don't really need me to do that for them.
Mm-hmm.
But they often do that.
Oh, I gotcha. So you're just doing different things, like little twists and new patterns and things like that. So these are probably those other ones are old motifs. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, these are basically the idea behind most of what I'm writing here is that okay, this instrument has the melody, so I have to make sure that these two instruments who have the melody are together and not 30 yards apart.
Right.
And I also need to make sure that the guard is in a place and doing a lot of choreography so that the audience is like, I'm going to look at the guard. Instead of I'm looking at the guard, but I'm hearing the melody over here. Or you can't see my hands, can you? I've got too many things on screen.
I can kind of see your hands, but yeah.
Yeah.
Looks amazing. Yeah, this is. But what do you do to get the motion going? When you design that, is it just you do one point to another point and then the beats kind of fill the gaps for you, or do you do them each individually?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All I had to do was I drew this form.
Okay.
And then I drew this form, and it animated it on its own. So I can...
Okay. I think your chart just disappeared, though.
It disappeared, yeah. I'll put it back there.
Okay.
There we go. So what I could do... Come on, all the way to the end here. Let's see. So there's only 4 counts here, but what I can do is, let's see. Oh, of course, I restarted my computer, so nothing is... None of my shortcuts are working. But I can take this. How many members is that? We got 29, and with that, you can see right here, there's 4 counts to the next set, and that's not really going to work, but this is just showing you what I'll do. So I'm going to make a box. There's 29 people, so I'm going to make, let's see, 6 rows of 5, and there'll just be a corner missing.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I don't know why it animated it like that. That's weird. Here's what I'll do. No, go away. Okay. So I'll take that same thing. I have to glue them together in a certain order, which is kind of tedious. There we go. And then I'll take that, make it into a box of 5 by 6, or no, 6 by 5. This is riveting.
It really is. I'm actually legit riveted. But this is fascinating. So you got your.
How's that going to look if I add? Whoa!
Whoa!
That looks funky. And there's only 4 counts too, so it just looks weird. Let's see what proximity match does.
Okay.
And it'll just animate it for me. And this is a crude version of what would happen because I would have many more counts.
Oh, I see.
You can see this yellow. You see this yellow thing flashing right there. It's telling me that someone is. It basically tells me that someone is flying to their spot. And they're not going to make it. Is what that's doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's not a move that I would do, but that's an example of how I would write something.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the curve formulate. That is really, really fun. Well, thank you for demonstrating that to us, Adam. That is very neat.
It does also sync to music. I'll try and. Do you have the audio of it right now? Let's turn on the desktop audio. You should be able to hear it.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'll animate a small portion of it.
Yep. I kind of hear
this. This will probably kill my ears.
I don't hear it yet. That movement looks amazing, though. Look at that. Check that out, everybody. Check it out. What song are they dancing to, or are they marching to?
So this is an arrangement of. It's kind kind of a mashup, but it's a mashup. Sweet Dreams Are Made of These, and Sweet Dreams Are Made of These, and that Requiem for a Dream song.
Okay.
That's in a lot of movie trailers, like da 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 da. Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of what that ends up being.
Oh,
yeah, I hope that wasn't too loud for anyone. I hope it didn't like blast anyone's ears out.
No,
or anything.
quite the opposite. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it at all, actually, as it turns out. So,
What?
yeah, isn't that funny? I think the fan was
Ooh.
probably overtaking the audio there. It's okay. Not a problem. By the way, I want to say hi to the Ninja. Said that it's bringing back memories. He used to be in marching band too, so that's really
nice.
Cool.
What'd you play, Ninja?
I think you played a tuba, right, John? Wasn't that right?
Tuba.
Rahomo, good to see you, and Jamie, good to see you in the chat as well. Welcome back. Welcome to the Sandwich Show. This is Adam, Rock the Piano, does a stream on Twitch, and streaming this week, in fact. And you mentioned the mashups. Yesterday, you did your first mashup Monday in quite some time, and that's one of the things you're best known for on Twitch. What inspired the mashup Mondays for you?
I thought I needed something a bit more unique. Like I don't have a looper. I don't have like a drum machine. I have a keytar, but I've never used it. It's somewhere around here. But I like when I'm up on stage dueling. I like the idea that maybe I'm just a guy who showed up to a party and I'm sitting in the corner at the piano and you guys are just singing along to what I'm doing. I kind of like that idea instead of making it too complex with technology and beats and stuff like that. But then I was like, well, I got to do something that makes me unique, and I am kind of decent at mashups, especially ones that are just like these songs sound kind of similar. And I decided I'd make a mashup redeem, and then of course the obvious alliteration occurred to me of like, oh, let's do a mashup Monday where maybe everything is a mashup, and I've finessed that over the weeks to make it into something where like people, because I found that people felt like they had to think of a mashup or a clever one, and that put a lot of pressure on the audience. So now it's still an all request kind of show, but you can do cheaper channel point redemptions for mashups where like just for 1,000 points you put in 2 songs, or you put in a song and you can make a random request to mash it up with, which is dangerous.
That is.
And then I try to mash them up, and I found it's a lot easier if I pull up the lyrics, because it's amazing how many times I'll play a song and I'm trying to sing the lyrics to a different song and they just don't come to me. My brain just turns to mush. But
I see what you mean. Because like you're playing.
Yeah.
Let's say you're playing.
I'm playing one song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing one song and doing another. Like I posted one on YouTube. We'll see if this works out. But I did Pony and Wonderwall as a mashup. So I was doing today's gonna be the day I'm gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Wow.
So I'll play like the background of one and do the melody of another.
That's hard to do. That isn't really impressive. That is really hard to do. Like you said, you're playing my opponent, and you're not thinking like the other song. Like it's just kind of like hard to get into that mode. I totally get it.
Some of them are easier than others. That one wasn't terrible. Yesterday, everyone's good friend Aaron Schiff requested a mashup of Half of the Way by Wolfpack and The Way You Look Tonight.
Oh goodness.
And that's a different kind of mashup where he was thinking of the titles and being like, half of The Way You Look Tonight. So I was trying to think of how to turn that into something, and it turned into I like half of The Way You Look Tonight, which just sounds like a terrible sentiment. But also funny.
The half.
But that one was challenging.
Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah, no, I like what was it you said? Our good friend Aaron Schiff. That's my intro for him from now on.
He comes up with the weirdest ones. I also have a channel point redemption where I'll change the setting on my keyboard. And Aaron's favorite one is to now make me do vocal scat. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh yeah, I heard this before.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds something like, on the next episode of Glee, is kind of what it sounds like.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He had me doing, Angry Young Man like that. Or, the last one he had me do was, Enter Sandman by Metallica.
I think this one I heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Real funky stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, man. So, different voices. That's a redeem I want to try. We'll try some different stuff on there. It should be really good. Yeah. Rockapella the piano. That's perfect. That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my mom liked that Glee patch that you were using. The sound of it. Let's see. Oh, and John Ninja said that he played trombone in the marching band. So that's very cool. And
nice. Trombones are hard to write for because you can't write them in vertical lines very often, or their slides will hit the next person.
Oh, true. Good point.
So they have to be like, if they're at vertical lines, they got to be wider back and forth, and that, or front to back, and that can be a challenge.
Yeah,
sometimes.
100%. More comments. Let's see. Aaron says regarding the half of you look amazing. Your right half looks amazing. The left half is the left half.
Mm-hmm.
Two-Face. Remember Two-Face from that movie, Batman Forever? Oh, we were talking about Batman Forever before we started the show.
We were.
Oh man, that was a terrible movie. Oh my god, so bad.
Yeah, I was rewatching it because my wife had never seen it, and I think it's just as bad as Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
I think they have there's a lot of overlap in why both of them are terrible, and a lot of it has to do with like how I think Hollywood made movies like that in the 90s. And it's no wonder that some action directors from the 90s went on to do more stuff in the 2000s, and we never saw another good comic book movie for like 15 years,
right,
or what have you, except for like the darker ones like Blade or something, where they just went out to make a dark action movie instead of something that kids would want and will buy toys of.
Right.
But
Blade was interesting. You're right, but I think it's also why, like, when we were talking about what were your favorite Batman movies, you said Batman. I think you said The Dark Knight which was really good.
Yeah,
really good. So I'd say that's probably mine too. But the first Batman from Tim Burton was probably like number 2 because like it was really quite interesting.
I remember before Dark Knight came out, I was very skeptical, and my friend and I were very skeptical about like Heath Ledger, really, and I think all of the internet was kind of skeptical of it. I'm talking like 2006, but before we knew anything about the movie, we just heard that that Heath Ledger was going to be the Joker, and we were like, what? He can't compare to Jack Nicholson. And then we saw that first trailer that just had his voice, and it didn't show him at all, just had his voice, and we're like, okay, that's a pretty good laugh. And then he passed away, and we were like, I'm sorry I said that about you. And then we saw the next trailer, and it was like, I'm very sorry I said that about you. This looks amazing.
Yeah.
And the more we saw of it, the more convinced we were that this was the right decision. And, obviously I was a dumbass for not believing that he was up to the challenge. Because it's just insane.
He really was unbelievable. And it's such a shame he died in the middle of that. He was just too committed to the role. It was just incredible. Yeah. Yeah, and Aaron's right. Heath is the best Joker. There's no doubt. Like, he was... Nobody could... It was just... That's the real shame of it. I mean, losing a life over that. But he couldn't reprise the role either, which is just... Damn. Like, that would have been amazing to see another movie with that Joker.
Yeah, I think the third one has some fun parts in talking Dark Knight Rises. That one has its fun parts, and it has some other parts too. Yeah.
Fair point.
And I wonder what it would have been if Joker was still a character, because like Scarecrow was in all 3, so I think he was prepared to have some more recurring characters. But
right. I want to say a special hello to Muppet Stooges fan 1. I haven't seen you in the chat before.
Muppet Stooges fan.
Welcome to the Sandwich Show. Good to see you. We've seen you on Rock the Piano. We've seen you on John Massey Noodlin and a lot of good channels on Twitch. It's really great to have your company tonight. And Muppet Stooges fan says Michael Go's Alfred glasses from the original Batman are going up for auction. Also, hi. Hello.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, how much do you think those would go for?
I've never needed glasses, so I don't even know how expensive glasses are. Just normal glasses.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Someone famous wore them, you know. This guy's been in 4 Batman movies and the Mole People.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm a big MST3K fan as well, and that's kind of an infamous 8th season episode with Alfred from Batman in it.
Oh, right.
He's in the Mole People.
Nice. In the Mole People. Hey, I got something for you, Adam. Check this out. If you're looking at the chat.
I'm looking at the chat.
MST3K is on Twitch. Did you know?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they're replaying. They're replaying like all their classic shows on there. It's insane. I'm like,
awesome.
what? That's what I was like. It definitely.
That's
awesome.
really cool.
Yeah, so give those guys a follow too, even though they're huge and everybody knows who they are. But if you ever were in the mood to watch some reruns of that show, or even new episodes, which I hear they're putting out now, they're there. So that's a good spot. Thank you for the follow, Murtazunks, I believe. It's really nice to meet you, by the way. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate you. Sorry I mispronounced your name. Appreciate it. I apologize for butchering it, but I'll make it up to you with a sandwich. So, Adam, are you ready to bring on your sandwich for Sandwich of the Week?
I am. Let's preface this with a few things. The reality of the situation is that I was scrambling to get the audio working, and I got it working about a half hour before we did a sound check, and then I called up the place that makes my favorite burgers, and they were no longer taking takeout orders.
Oh no!
I was like, no, and then I decided I'll be a little bit cheeky, and I'll go down to the corner store and I'll get one of my favorite snack sandwiches. I'll get an oatmeal cream pie, one of those little Debbie things.
Of course.
And when I got there, they didn't have any. They were out, or they didn't have it. Sometimes there are stores that don't have any Little Debbie. They just have Hostess,
right.
and that's a travesty. Little Debbie is. I like Little Debbie a lot better. But at any rate, all I could really come up with at the last second is here's the other part of it. Oh, go ahead.
Let's reveal. We'll do the spot. We'll do the intro, and then we'll see what you have, folks. I'm in a similar spot because I barely had any time to prepare the show as well, and I mean on a technical level. So we're both going to have some interesting choices for sandwich for what we call our favorite moment, the most anticipated moment on this program, and it is the we got music, the Sandwich of the Week. Adam, that is phenomenal. So good.
Okay. So.
Well, that beats anything I could have played. That's really great. Thank you, Adam. So, oh, by the way, Stuart Hayek, the Modfather, is in the house too. Good to see you, Stuart. Welcome in. Welcome in. You're here for Sandwich of the Week. Adam, let's give it to you now, and let's see what you got.
Well, some people may have been able to see it in that other camera that I have over there, but I have come packing an entire pack of chocolate sandwich cookies known as
Oreos. Woo!
I'm so embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed. I love Oreos.
It's Milk's favorite cookie, I guess. I'm not having any milk with it. I'm having some beer with it, and I'm gonna pour it now because it's getting warm under this ring light. But
well, please enjoy that. Let me know about the beer too, because I got a beer of the week as well. So.
Oh yeah.
Let me give you my sandwich again. It's
okay.
All right. So let me just quickly show you what I got tonight.
Okay.
This is a quick preparation, but I do like it, and this is a peanut butter and apricot jelly sandwich. Do you see it there? Yeah. It's a nice little twist.
You know, I almost made a peanut butter sandwich for tonight.
Oh, yeah?
That's cool. That's awesome.
Thank you. On toasted bread. It's Dave's wheat bread. And the beer tonight is my hometown brew, the 805, my home area code. I'm from Oxnard, California. 805 is a huge area code. It's like it covers Oxnard, Ventura, all the way up to Santa Barbara, Solvang. Paso Robles is where this was brewed.
Man.
That's a huge area code. So it's like half the state.
My in-laws, my mother and father-in-law used to live in Camarillo.
Oh, nice. Yeah. It's right by where I grew up. Yeah, absolutely.
So I've been in that area a whole lot.
Wow,
I've
no
done
kidding.
The whole, like, let's do the Sideways tour, and let's go to all of the wineries in that area.
Oh yeah, that's Santa Ynez.
I am drinking.
Super cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's.
I am drinking. There's a local brewery in Chicago. It's not really in Chicago. It's actually in Indiana, but it's in the suburbs. Called Three Floyds, and it's kind of infamous among beer lovers. And I thought I was getting Alpha King, which is their Scottish. Oh no, that's Robert the Bruce is their Scottish. I can't remember what Alpha King is. I think it's their IPA. But here is their Alpha Claus, their Christmas porter. We're already looking at Christmas beers right now.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I saw the commercials already for like Christmassy stuff.
Pouring pretty dark.
Yeah, that looks good. Holy mackerel, that looks really good. So you got yours, I got mine. I'll show you what mine looks like in this special super duper A&W mug. But
yeah,
but it's not root beer, folks. So don't give this to don't give this to kids. Let's nah. But Adam, let's enjoy. I mean, we got some good stuff here. Oreos are a good time. I would not sell your Oreos short.
I was thinking of doing a peanut butter sandwich as well instead of that, but then I'm also lazy and I rarely make. Especially when it comes to food, like I don't. Food is just very utilitarian to me. It's like, okay, it's time to eat now. Where's the food? Oh, it's not time to eat. It's time to cook. I can't eat for 2 more hours. What the hell is this? I'm gonna go practice piano. Find me when it's food time. It's maybe that's a weird way of looking at it. I don't know, but
yeah, no worries.
All right.
All right.
Ooh, maybe should I dunk this?
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Let's zoom in on you. Dunk the cookie. Okay. Let's do it.
Okay. I can't tell you're zooming. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is a terrible idea.
I guess that
This is what Mashup Monday is like. This is the sandwich version of Mashup Monday. It's also kind of warm, so that doesn't really work.
Oh, that doesn't help. You're right. Jade says that is the look of regret.
Let me wash this down.
I think you needed like a peanut butter stout or a chocolate stout to pair with that cookie. That would have been ideal.
Yeah, that was. Milk was a bad idea. What's that line from Anchorman? Milk was a bad decision.
Milk was a bad choice.
These are still soggy. Oh.
Oh my god.
That piece was still soggy. Gross.
I love it. Muppets has a couple of comments in chat. Let's see. Muppets says, I rediscovered a Christmas song I had forgotten. I added to my faves playlist, and I've been listening to it all day. What is the song, Muppets? I want to hear it. And then and then Muppets adds, a Beerio. A Beerio. You just had a Beerio.
Nice. Beerio. Muppets, I was doing transcription streams for a long time, and Muppets came in during my Christmas one last year. It was like right before Thanksgiving, and I was seeing how many Christmas songs I could learn in an afternoon. And Muppets came in and requested like 3 that I'd never heard of before. And they were really complex. And it was fun to learn them, but you I only had so much time after that really hard Tony Bennett one, Christmas in Herald Square. Ooh, that was tough. But I'm glad I know it. So thanks for coming in and requesting and stumping me a little bit.
Boy, the people on your channel really challenge you. It's pretty funny. You have Aaron with all the mashup ideas, and then you have Puppets with that. Too fun.
It's Christmas in Herald Square.
Oh, okay.
Melody's not tough, but that's also the equation for writing songs. Is if the melody is complex, keep the chords simple, and if the melody is simple, you better make the chords complex.
Interesting. Give me well the song that Muppet Stooges fan was referring to earlier is "Christmas Is Here" by Kimberly Locke. Are you familiar with that one?
I know Christmas Time is here. I don't know Christmas is here. Or maybe I do, and I've heard a different version of it.
It's possible. All right. Well,
it's not ringing a bell right now.
Yeah, it's not for me either, unfortunately. But Muppets, that sounds awesome. If you're free to go, you can always link it to if you're on Discord. Come join the sandwich server. Luis is in the chat too. Hey, how's it going? Can we give Luis a shout out as well? He's a singer-songwriter and a streamer here on Twitch as well. And
oh, is that LG?
Yeah, the LG Music.
Nice. Good to see LG.
That's cool. So you know him. Okay, that's cool. And Luis, I imagine you know Adam as well. And he's out of Chicago. Hyper, welcome into the chat. Let's give Hyper a shout out as well. And we know Hyper from all sorts of cool Twitch music chats. And Hyper streams too. So super cool. Welcome in. We have a lot of people in here tonight. That's great. So I wanted to inquire about simple, you said simple melodies, complex chords, complex melodies, simple chords. So
yeah,
what would be an example of each?
I'm trying to think of that because you have to kind of go to jazz to do that, and I don't know too many jazz tunes, but the first things that come to mind are like well, like just Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And that's a little complex, but it's all diatonic. And what that means is all the notes are in one scale. It's not changing keys or anything. But the harmonies become complex. And by complex, I mean I don't know them. Rich kind of harmonies, but the melody by itself is everyone can sing the melody if you've heard the song a number of times. Even though when they wrote it, they thought that beginning octave was too hard. But so the melody isn't too tough, but the chords are kind of complex. Or I mean, I could even do something like let's say Virtual Insanity by Jamiroquai.
Oh wow, yeah.
The melody is just four notes. It's these four notes. Oh, there's a fifth note in there. It's all just those five notes repeated over and over again, but the chords are, well, it's a wonder man can be at all. Things I make that should be small. You can tell what magic spells will be doing for us.
Yeah.
So that's an example of like really cool jazzy chords over a really simple melody.
Boy, that's impressive.
And then if your melody is extremely complex, then just keep it simple. And I don't have any examples of that at the top of my head. I'll have to think about that over another beerio.
Well, Luis says, I love that Adam has an Oreo snack. It's a nice snack. It's also his sandwich of the week, Luis. But he has a story behind it. No, I totally understand, Adam. It's all good.
Sandwiches,
multiple sandwiches of the week. Yeah. But listen to this from Muppets. And to think that Over the Rainbow was nearly cut from the movie, history would have been really different.
Oh, yeah.
How about that?
That's so weird how it was almost not in the movie. There's a lot of stories like that. Like Dreams by Fleetwood Mac is like it was the last song I think that they made for the album. And the entire band, except for Stevie, hated it.
Wow.
But then they recorded it real quick and put it on, and now it's like their, I think, #1 stream song.
It must be even more so now because of the TikTok situation. Because of TikTok, remember? Yeah, Big Fleetwood on TikTok. So that's pretty impressive. You're right. It happens a lot. It's like you just never know where the success comes from, and sometimes
kind of the same thing with Yesterday by the Beatles. Like, they didn't want to record that because he's like, well, this isn't what rock bands do. We're going to have strings on this. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And then it, like, ushered in this whole new kind of era of, or not era, but this new idea of what could be on a pop record.
Right. And that's probably one reason why you're such a big Beatles fan, because of how the two juxtapose with one another. We have Wow.
There we go.
That's cool.
My Lego Beatles.
Lego Beatles, can you bring it closer to the camera? We'd love to see that. Wow, that looks great.
Comes with that's a Lego yellow submarine right there.
Oh, that's cool. Wow.
So I'll get that up here too.
I love that so much. Oh, he's bringing it in, folks. He's bringing it in.
Oh yeah.
That is so cool.
A Lego yellow submarine. Ooh, it's getting under an overlay there, but it even has the Nowhere Man there.
The Nowhere Man.
Yeah.
Nowhere Man.
You can theoretically fit the Beatles inside of it, right there if you want to.
Interesting.
It's got some pretty cool little psychedelic colors and stickers in there. Let's see.
That's pretty far out. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Phil, welcome to the Sandwich Show. Welcome back to the chat, Phil. Phil's one of our good friends here on the channel. Hiya, Phil.
Hey, Phil.
How you doing?
I think I met Phil.
Yeah.
I think. There's a lot of Phils on Twitch, so I might have confused them. I'm not sure.
That is true. But Phil Velo is the one who does like bicycling, and so can we give Phil a shout out as well? Yeah, because
that's where Velo comes from.
Yeah, for sure. Like the velodrome and cycling, absolutely. Thank you for showing those to us. Like I enjoy toys as much.
Well, yeah, you may not know that bat logo over there. That's a Lego set as well.
I kind of sensed it was. It did look like a Lego-y.
Huge.
Oh, are you gonna get it? Oh.
Well, it's on the wall. Here's the box.
Oh, you got the box. Okay. Wow. I didn't know how big.
It's where we house our Christmas
wrapping
paper.
I guess that's going to be in the pipeline pretty soon too, because it's coming up. Yeah.
We took the AC. We have to take our window air conditioning units out this week. So when we did that, we put them in storage and brought all the Christmas decorations up. So they're here. Mm-hmm. They're not up yet, but they're hiding somewhere.
Oh, I gotcha. Now I can see from the other two items in the back that you're also a pretty big Star Wars fan, because I see an ad. And
this is going to be a long stream if we talk about Star Wars.
Oh no,
it's fine. But
right on.
Bridgestone Bards, Laura Wiley back and forth, but I got some opinions on the Star Wars. But I will say the TV stuff that they're doing with Star Wars so far, I'm a fan.
100% on that. I mean, I've seen the entire Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2. It's a great show.
Yeah,
great show.
I'm a fan of that stuff.
Yeah.
I just saw. I'm looking at the chat. Muppets. There's a Bunsen and Beaker Lego figure. I want that.
Muppets. Do you have
Bunsen
that too?
Oh,
you just got them.
That'd be awesome.
That is cool. Muppets. I would love to see a picture of that. If you can if you can work out a way to send that to us, either in Discord or otherwise. Oh, you've got man.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
When I was thinking of doing, I think that's Mandy Prater's.
That is Mandy Prater's
Mandalorian
emote there in the chat. That's really cool. Yeah, let's give Mandy a shout out too. So, I'll do that shout out.
Mandy's awesome.
Oh, 100%. Did you know she was in here? She was in the chat like when I was playing.
What?
I was playing the Oregon Trail, and we were announcing the Together Wherever lineup. And she's the anchor leg of that, so she's the last show on that Streamfest. So she was.
Cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. And she was there the entire night. She really had fun with us playing Oregon Trail, so it's really nice to hang out with her. That's awesome. Yeah, for sure. Now, she is. Cool. You're absolutely right. She's awesome. She has a new single out on the outside. Go check it out.
Oh yeah.
On all the things.
That's right.
100%. Okay, we have a redeem. Okay, so this is from Aaron. Aaron redeemed this. Thank you, Aaron, for the redeem. So Adam, I have a thing where basically I'm going to do the same thing you just did. So this is my chance to get something from the room. So let me see what I got today. Hold on, Adam. Let me see.
I love how when you go to that view, it looks like you have a sandwich on your bed next to the pumpkin.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy one today. So I wear this Nintendo cap everywhere. This is my Nintendo hat. My mom got it for me a while back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's got the controller, and so I take it everywhere.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But people make comments about it. So then, people would say, like, what's your favorite game? And then some people would say whatever it was, like Super Mario or whatever. The most unusual answer I ever got for that was Duck Hunt. I was like, Duck Hunt? Why is Duck Hunt? So random. But, were you big on Nintendo too, Adam, when back in the day?
Yes, and I sucked at it.
Oh, really?
Because it came out like what, 84? I was born in '83, and I don't think I got it until
Okay.
I was like, I mean, I probably didn't get it until maybe '88 or '89. And I was only 5 or 6, and I still sucked at it. I don't think I remember renting a lot of games for the NES, and I remember not beating a single one. I was just kind of fascinated with it and liked it and had fun, and I didn't really get any. I didn't think I beat a video game until either we got a Game Boy or the Super Nintendo.
Oh, I see.
And even Game Boy, I think Game Boy to my sister and I was just a Tetris machine, and I love Tetris. Love Tetris.
Tetris is great. Yeah,
those,
no, that's
those type of games. Those type of games that you can play that are technically don't have an ending, where you're just trying to get a little further and a little further. I don't know why, but those are really addicting to me.
So arcade games, basically, because that's what an arcade game is. You're basically just trying to get the most points, and Tetris is a game just like that. So okay, yeah, linear games with an ending. Listen, I'll tell you what, I'm as people saw last night when I was playing Space Quest, I am just as bad at video games. So, so I've had just as many struggles. So I feel your pain on that because it's tough. Like, man, Super Mario 3. I got to beat that game, Super Mario 2, but Super Mario 64 was just too much. Like, I was like, okay, now we're working in 3 dimensions, and like, I never got very far. So, wait, Phil says, one summer I played Tetris for 1 billion hours. Wow.
I probably did that too. That was probably the same summer that I watched the entire Star Wars trilogy at least once a week. The first trilogy.
Yeah,
I'm talking before the special editions came out. So that's all you had was the original trilogy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was one summer, probably summer of '95. I probably watched that thing once a week.
Okay.
So there was a time where I was a huge nerd. there was a time, not any longer. No, I'm normal now. I'm a completely normal, well-adjusted, social person right now.
Word up. LG says, the original Super Mario, that was my jam. Yeah, it was my favorite game. I think it still is my favorite.
I played that a lot. I remember finally discovering a water level, and I like paused it and ran up to get my sister. I was like, look at this! He's in the water! And he can shoot fire underwater, which makes no sense, but he can do it. It's great. And we were like blown away, and that's like, what, it takes less than 5 minutes to get to now if you're older than 12.
So it took
me like a year.
That's only level 2 though.
Yeah, it's level 2, I think.
2. You're right.
I think the first, but it took me like forever just to get good enough to get that far. And I don't think it was.
Gotcha.
It was a long time before I ever found those warp pipes at the end of 1, 2. And I was like, I wonder if you can do this. You can do this. There's someplace cool to go. But I never beat it until the pandemic, and then I got on my Switch and I went on Nintendo Online, and I beat a couple of those games that I had as a kid that I never beat before. So I beat Mario and Mario 3, and I played Link to the Past and a couple other games like that. I can't remember. Man.
That's pretty good. All in all, that's pretty good. So Adam, I have a new redeem. We are about to do our latest, another redeem, which is called Bean Boozled, which is borrowing from the Human Juke channel, Danny K. So,
yeah.
You remember how he does the jelly beans, and so I'm gonna do one too. So let's see what we got over here today. Quickly get.
It's like a mystery jelly bean. I haven't seen Danny's channel for a while, just because when I took a break from streaming, I also took a break from Twitch. Period. Like I wasn't on it. Just because I really didn't have the time.
Right. No, but good on you. It's not the worst thing in the world, though. I mean, taking breaks isn't a terrible call, because it's good to get out there and do stuff.
I needed a mental break, and it was also I had gigs I had paying work for the first time in a year and a half.
Right,
it's like I gotta take this while I can, because I'm not sure another lockdown isn't coming. You know.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna
take
the gigs while I can.
Nope. Good call on that. So, but let's let me quickly catch you up on the scenario. So, as you probably remember, Adam, the way it works is that there's a jelly bean, and it's the same, and it could be any of 2 colors. Every color. There we go. Yeah, trying to get the music up a little bit. There we go. It could be one of 2 flavors. So let's just do it quickly. Now, yesterday I had a great flavor. I love the flavor. I was so excited to try this again. We'll see if I am so lucky this time. We're going to do this orange one tonight. And the orange one, it equals one of two flavors. It could be dead fish. No, it might actually be...
I've never eaten a live fish.
No, actually, it's not that one. It's actually barf or peach. Whew. Barf or peach.
I'm not excited about either one, to be honest.
Oh, you're not even a peach fan. Interesting. Okay, but...
I'm not really a fruit guy. I like vegetables. Fruits, they don't do it for me.
Interesting. All right, no worries. Well, it's better to like vegetables. They're healthier. Now, orange does not seem safe. No, I don't think it seems safe. All right, now, the chat may have the revenge tonight, because I loved the birthday cake flavor last night. We'll see what this is. Pump it up! Yeah, peach! Woo! Yeah! You did it again! Oh, that peach is good! Oh my gosh. Yep. And now we've been rigged 5 times, folks. Oh, that was so good! Let's do it! I love it. I love it. Pumping some iron, Adam. Love it. So
this
good.
This is kind of the room where all the husband stuff happens. I got the stream, and I've got like a retractable workout bench that I haven't used for about 5 months. But I swear, any day now it'll come back.
I'll start tomorrow. And I'll start working out. I promise. It'll be a new me. It'll be a new me.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll stop drinking beer tomorrow as well.
No, I've been promising that for a while. So, yeah. Cheers, my friend. Love your beer. It's a good beer. Okay, so chat. Aaron says Davy is cheating. I don't know how, but he's cheating. Now we're claiming I'm cheating. It's the same color. How would I know I'm cheating? How would I know when I'm cheating? It's the same color.
Aaron, that also sounds like a quote from Back to the Future. They found me. I don't know how, but they found me.
Oh, yeah.
Marty.
Do it again. All right, so let's get right to it. So now, everybody in chat, this is your opportunity to ask any question you'd like of our friend Adam, a.k.a. Rock the Piano. And we do it on what we call America's favorite moment in Twitch broadcasting.
Do the dance. It's time for random questions. Great stuff. Ask us anything.
All right, let's bring it in and say hello to Spooky, everybody. We have one more week till Halloween, and then he's going to be Pie. So we'll see what happens. But if you have a question, well, thank you for that. So let's open the queue. Go ahead and open the queue, Aaron, and then once it's open, we'll go ahead and take your question. You do it by writing ! question, followed by the question itself. And thank you for wiggling to the question dance, Jade. Good to see you here.
You mentioned something about America's favorite question or something, and immediately I wanted to be like, we've got laughs from coast to coast to make you smile.
Oh, I love that.
To capture all that style. All the red, white, and blue. All the funny things you do. America, this is you.
What a fun theme that was. And it was always the guy that got the ball to the Neds that was always winning the thing. But man, it's a great show. It was a fun show.
And now, man getting hit by football.
Every single week. And it's so good. Yeah. Man, God, I remember that. God, like it was yesterday. It's like Bob Saget and the whole thing. Yeah. How did you come about learning that song, though? That's such a random thing to know.
I've never learned it. That's the first time I've ever played it. But like I said, it's the chords aren't that difficult.
I see.
They're you notice the patterns in the chords, and it's not so much that you memorize specific chords anymore. It's that you memorize whole phrases of chords. It's like, well, there's lots of songs that have that Stairway to Heaven. There's lots of songs that have that. There's lots of songs that do.
I see.
You start to it's all just recognizing patterns. There's nothing special to what I do. It's just, yeah.
I gotcha. Oh, Aaron, I thank you for the alert. Jev alert, they'll be live soon. Look, I appreciate your time here. Hope your mod shift at Jev goes very well. And let's go give Jev a shout out too before you go, Aaron. And then
is that Justin and Evelyn?
Justin and Evelyn back on the air tonight. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Super cool. So yeah, all the best to Justin and Evelyn. Hope everyone's feeling better. The queue is open, as we mentioned. Exclamation point question followed by the question itself, and we'll go ahead and throw that in. And let's get the first one here. Rahomo with the first question, Adam, and he asks.
I saw this.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. So, what's your favorite band?
Yeah.
What's your favorite band instrument, and why is it baritone sax?
I will say my favorite sax is bari sax. I think the bigger the saxophone, the better. And the smaller the saxophone gets, the more obnoxious it is. I mean, Kenny G, do I have to say any more? But that said, like, there's that one group of like buskers in New York City subways where that one dude takes a bari sax and puts a construction cone in it, which makes it even longer and louder and just honks around. But most of the saxophones, they can all play like the same. They can all play just as high as each other, but then the bigger saxophones you can get even lower. So bari sax you can be like boom, boom, beep, and it's super cool. But the bleep sounds a little bit different. It sounds a lot cooler. Like the only time I really I think that one sax player in the SNL band in the 90s, I think he was a tenor player, but that he made watching the credits of SNL like a lot of fun because he'd just start playing in that altissimo range and he was always really on tune and really cool about it. But
yep.
I mean, as far as actual favorite band instrument, I mean, I played horn. I have a master's degree in horn performance, which I'm putting to great use. So I'd have to say horn is probably my favorite, and anyone who's listened to John Williams at all would probably agree.
Yeah.
You know, like all those big John Williams melodies are all from French horns.
Right.
Rahomo, they're technically neither French or English. It's just horn, but here in the States we call it French horn. Every other country is called horn.
Huh.
But yeah, French horn.
Why did they distinguish that then? Like, that's an unusual distinguish.
I know why. It's one of those things that's kind of interesting, but also not. But basically, there was like an orchestra from France that was visiting England, and an English paper wrote about the French horn players, but the word French was modifying players, not horn, and apparently it just stuck, which seems stupid.
It does.
But,
yeah,
but that's the story that I've heard. Yeah. Yes, Freedom Horn.
Freedom Horn.
I did call it. I was in college around the time when freedom replaced the word French, and we did call it Freedom Horn for a while.
Silly, I gotta say.
It's awesome.
It is, but Hyper says because the horns are built in different locations also, which probably is true.
Maybe.
Interesting. Yeah, I could get into that. I can dig that. But the other thing I was gonna ask about the related question was what? I completely forgot, but it is unusual. Anyway, let's go to the next question. I forgot what my follow-up was. Sorry. Terrible. I know. Wah, wah, wah. All right, so Jade Todd with this question. What is your favorite mashup of songs? Wow, what a question. Great question.
I do a few just when I'm on stage and I need to do something like oftentimes there's...
Just a second. Hold on just a second, Adam, but we'll get to your answer in just a second. We have a raid! We'll do a quicker one tonight. Bars, welcome into the chat. I can't believe you're here. Unbelievable. Can you believe it, Adam?
I can't believe it.
Unbelievable. It's so good to see you, though. Seriously, though. Bards, come on in. It was really great to see you. Pete, Special K, you both were great tonight. Let's start some sploobs in the chat, everybody. We got a sploob command here, too.
Oh, yeah.
Come on down.
I like to show Special K that I'm having my my Oreos and I didn't have to do the one chip challenge just to get my Oreos.
it's so good to see you all here. But how was your stream, Pete? How was your stream, Special K, in the chat? How'd everybody go? My favorite.
Like Pete has ever had a bad stream.
Yeah,
they're always good.
Yeah, no, and certainly the chip challenge was no different. Like that was a fun time for us. It was not... Oh, it was good times, but good time. And Elizabeth says, "Wow, Adam." Special K believes, "Oh, we've had bad ones." I don't agree with that. I think all your streams were fun, so I love it.
Oh yeah.
Pete not agreeing with your statement either. Oh, don't kid yourself. I've had some shit streams. Yeah.
Hey, Funky Spud. I want to know Funky Spud's favorite band instrument and why it's Barry Sax.
Ooh, I love that. Funky Spud, let us know. I don't say you're necessarily late. No, I wouldn't say you're late as far as the raid's concerned. But give the Brookstone Bards a follow. I'm gonna go give them a shout out right now. But these guys are cool. They were killing it tonight. It was really fun. Like they opened it right off the bat with like John Mellencamp duet. That
nice.
It was so good. Yeah, Special K and Pete were really smoking it. I mean, that whole song list is great tonight. It was really great. But Funky Spud, contrabass, clarinets is the Funky Spud.
Contrabass. Yes.
Love it.
That's awesome.
Oh, you're very welcome, Special K. Hype Train is coming. Thank you for the Hype Train, everybody. Let's give this Funky Spud a shout out too, because dude is just
Funky Spud is a bunch of fun.
Yeah, and for those of you who are tuning in late or coming in via the raid, my name is Davy. I eat sandwiches. I also host a talk program called The Sandwich Show, and tonight's featured guest, our friend Adam, who is known as Rock the Piano, has a cool stream and is with us tonight. And we've got a lot of questions in the queue. We've got to thank a lot of people on the Hype Train momentarily. I'll get to that once the Hype Train's over. But thank you for starting the Hype Train, everybody. I love Rock the Piano. Thank you for the gift subs, Igneous Orange. Man, he's good for that. He's such a good, generous person. Love it. And Ninja's back in the chat with us too. That's right, Pete. It's good to see you. How was the rest of your stream? Let us know if you don't mind. Okay, so we got a lot of questions to get to.
What was the I was gonna say what was the skeleton or the Skeletor or Strong Bad Redeem of the night?
Yeah, great question.
In Brookstone.
So we're gonna ask a question to you guys, of you all. What was the Skeletor and Strong Bad Voice song of the night? We'd love to know. Let us know.
Or Michael McDonald. That's the fun one too.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know. We'll hang out and find out. There was only a Strong Bad, and it was Footloose.
Footloose?
Woohoo.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm working so hard. I'm punching my card. Yeah.
I need to go back.
I'm sure Pete knocked that out of the park.
That is so cool.
I would do more voice things like that, but my voice is dead after doing half of a song as a character. But Pete's got vocal cords for days. It's insane.
Yeah, and Pete says that's pretty much what it sounded like. Nicely done.
Oh man.
Yeah, good times. But so let's go. If you have a question for us, everybody from the Bards, come on down and ask a question! Exclamation point question followed by the question itself in the chat. We'll answer them in order for the remainder of the show. We've had a lot of highlights so far. My sandwich of the week was a peanut butter and apricot jam sandwich. Adam's sandwich was a classic, an absolute classic.
Yep. I was going to have one of the best burgers in Chicago, but like I said, they stopped doing carry out, and I cried, and then I saw it was time to stream, so I stopped crying and got some Oreos.
Word up. But Oreos are still a decent choice. Yeah, I'm really sorry about the burger situation. It's happened to me. Like, I was supposed to get, like, a certain sandwich. It didn't work out, and I wound up getting an alternate. So, Pete with a great question. I'll just answer this off the bat. But first, the Funky Spud says, when I was 16, I played guitar in a high school production of Footloose. I felt like a rock star as much as a 16-year-old could. Nicely done. Pump it up. Nicely done, Funky Spud. That's really cool. Let's see. To Davy, what is your actual favorite band? Boy, what a question. I really appreciate you augmenting the pump it ups with your weights. That's really good.
This is the best workout I've gotten in 6 months.
We've been doing a lot of this tonight. It's true. Yeah, I've been saying it was Led Zeppelin for a long time, but I think I'm gonna say Queen is the band. But they're both awesome, so like that's probably a tie. Like those two are my favorite bands. They're just amazing. Like I just don't think they've had a bad album. Like the closest they came was Hot Space, but they've just been amazing. Like I love Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Mercury is incomparable. Like so that's my favorite band.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah,
Voice is insane.
for sure. What are yours? Out of curiosity, I know the Beatles and yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get a little more obscure. Just
Okay.
I mean, there's the obvious ones. Obviously like Queen and Led Zeppelin and the Beatles. Some of the I'm a huge Ben Folds fan, as many people know. My hand. Where's my hand? It's lost behind there. I should turn that thing off. The other favorite bands are some of the more kind of indie things, like you've got your Jellyfish, but you've also got Apples in Stereo, which like that's the one where people are like, what is that band? And I'm like, oh boy, they are pop perfection. They are really good. I love the Apples in Stereo. There's some other random prog rock stuff, like the Mars Volta is insane.
I know both of these bands. It's so interesting. The Apples in Stereo were fun.
Heard that first album.
Yeah.
The Apples in Stereo. Oh, you have heard of them?
Hmm. Yep.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Apples in Stereo are so cool. Have you ever heard of the band Splitsville?
No, I've not.
They are pretty awesome. They're really. A friend of mine described them as the missing link between Ben Folds and Jellyfish.
Huh.
They're pretty fun.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Pete with these responses to my Queen as the favorite band. Queen is life. Yeah, 100%. And then Pete adds, interesting that you think Hot Space is their worst album. So do I. Wow, how about that? And Mars Volta is nuts. He says regarding Mars Volta. Yeah, the Mars Volta is an interesting band for. That's a provocative.
They're pretty insane.
Band. Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. So Aaron, have a good night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Tell Justin and Evelyn. Yeah, let him know we said hello. Thank you so much. So the hype train is done. Let's say thanks some people, Adam, before we continue with our next question. And first of all, to the Brookstone Bards, thank you for the resub. That's incredibly nice of you to do. Special K as well with the resub for 4 months and 3 months respectively. Really great. Igneous Orange with 3 community gift subs. Thank you so much. And thank you for the 100 bits, the LG Music, and Rahomo with the gift sub. Thank you so much, everyone. I mean, that's an incredible amount of generosity on your part. So we really thank you. We appreciate your support of the Sandwich Show. And so now you all get to ask some questions of our friend Adam. And what was the question we were on? Do you remember what we were talking about when they all rated?
We were talking about saxophones for a while.
Yeah. Like, why is baritone your favorite sax?
Yeah, I know my favorite mashup.
Oh, favorite mashup.
So, because there are a few that I just do on stage, because oftentimes a song is really good and the crowd kind of likes it, but they only like it for about half a minute and then they're done.
Right.
So my favorite mashup is, I've started to now call it like my summer of like 2011 or 2012 mashup, but it's a fairly obvious one if you're into like pop music and stuff. But you do Teenage Dream by Katy Perry going into Call Me Maybe, into TikTok by Kesha, into Raise a Glass by Pink. And there's a few other songs you can put in there too. Like you can put in Sorry from Justin Bieber. And you don't have to change your hands. What your hands are doing don't really have to change very much. And you can just kind of seamlessly meld from one to the other. I like those mashups that like people don't realize you're singing a different song until you've already sung that different song. Another favorite one that I stole. I didn't think of this one, but people will do Folsom Prison Blues. Ooh. And they'll slip in a verse of Pinball Wizard by The Who. So let's be like, again, Pete, Special K, do not judge me for the sound. I've had so many sound problems. It's been a day. So this is how it sounds. So here we go. But like, I hear that train a-coming, it's rolling down the bend. That same melody works really well with, since I was a young boy, I played that silver ball. From Soho down to Brighton, yeah, I must have played them all. Well, I ain't seen nothing like him in any amusement hall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball.
That's good.
Perfectly.
I love it.
And the other one is when I really like mashing up I Want You Back by the Jackson 5, and that goes well into, of course, ABC by the Jackson 5, which is just like Animal Spirits by Wolfpack, one of my new favorite bands that I discovered about a year ago. And that goes into OPP by Naughty by Nature.
Ooh.
It's a fun one.
Yeah. You got some good ones. Those are some nice mashups. I'll see if we can arrange one of them on your next stream or your next Mashup Monday, whenever it may be. That sounds great.
I thought of a new mashup recently that I did yesterday on stream, which is Levitating by Dua Lipa going into Cake by the Ocean by DNCE. Because they're only one chord apart.
Whoa.
They're otherwise just the same. That's Levitating. Here's Cake by the Ocean. They're one chord apart, but that you can still make it work.
Subtle.
So I started to match those two up. And they also have choruses of like, yeah, 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 yeah. They say yeah a lot. And the first time I heard that Dua Lipa tune, I was like, this sounds a lot like Cake by the Ocean. It works out pretty well.
Yeah, Cake by the Ocean. Yeah. Oh, the Leon Lounge. Jesse's here. Jesse hosts a really cool sports program. I mean, talk program where he interviews fellow. Maybe he does sports too. I don't know. But at any rate, Jesse, good to see you, man. It's nice to catch up with you. And so Jesse with a very interesting comment. So Adam, you were doing Mashup Monday yesterday. And they said that he said that you rated Nick Black yesterday. Nick Black is cool.
I did.
That's a nice.
He's very cool, yeah. I think I'd seen him once in a different setup, and I was like, oh, he's got his little kind of sidekick person, like commenting on what he's doing, and I didn't think much more about it. But when I rated him yesterday, I stuck around for like 5 tunes, and he's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
His originals are really, really cool. So.
I can vouch for that because he's had like a lot of good ones, like IRL in real life, Nick at Night. Yeah.
It's a fucking great song, and it's one of those songs that you hear and you're like, why didn't I think of those lyrics? Those are really good. And then I was like having trouble sleeping last night, and I was like, I can't even remember how the melody went, but I can remember the lyrics, and how did he put it on a catchy melody? I don't know how he did that. It was awesome.
Pretty brilliant. He's got a new album out too, actually. I think it's called Twitch Number 1, I believe is what it's called. Jesse, go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong. But
on the nose there.
Nice. Well, I would agree with that too.
Real
yeah.
On the nose title.
One on the nose title for sure. And Pete says Adam is the Mashup king. I agree. Props to you, Adam. Mashup. I love it. Yeah. And Jesse, I could not recommend Adam's channel enough either. You gotta check out Rock the Piano. Check out Rock the Piano.
If I can figure out the sound, I'll be live tomorrow. But yeah, my MIDI interface is not talking with my computer today, and it's been the biggest headache. But I'll try to figure it out before tomorrow.
Okay, love it. So thank you very much for the questions, and Brookstone Bards, thank you so much for the raid. That's really great to catch up with you all again.
Yeah.
And feel free to ask any questions of Adam or me, and we'll keep going. So let's listen from the LG Music. He asks, what's your most unpopular musical opinion?
I am full of those. I had to eat a big piece of humble pie when I got out of academia and started performing. I'm trying to think of some of my more unpopular ones. Let's see. Bruno Mars is most effective with audiences when he's trying to be someone else. When he tries to be himself, his songs are forgotten. For example, like his biggest song is probably Uptown Funk, which is basically him doing an impression of Morris Day and the Time.
Right. Jungle Love.
And people love that.
Yeah.
But then when Bruno does his own stuff and in his own style, like people are like, "Oh, that's really cool," but then you play it on stage and no one cares about it. Like I think 24 Karat Magic is an amazing song, but every time I play it on stage, people don't care. They're done with it in 30 seconds. And that's like really sad. I have hotter musical takes, and I'm trying to remember what they are. I'm really trying to raise some ire here because I know I've got some hot takes. Pete's in the house. So, Phil Collins, not a fan.
Wow, what?
Not a fan. That said, Yes, I've made some enemies. That said, I haven't heard.
He's just a bastard.
I mean, that said, in defense, like I haven't listened to a lot of Genesis, and I do know I need to learn more. In fact, I was on a long trip from one gig to another, and I actually texted Pete, and I was like, "Tell me what Genesis I need to listen to," and he told me, and I listened to it, and it was very good. It was Peter Gabriel, which is fine because I think Peter Gabriel is great, but pretty much every solo Phil Collins thing I can do without. I'm of the South Park persuasion of Phil Collins, because there was a time when Trey Parker and Matt Stone were up for an Oscar for Blame Canada, and Phil Collins won the Oscar for Tarzan. Mm-hmm. And then the next season they came out with an episode where they like have a sledding race down Phil Collins Hill, and at some point Chef makes the comment like, "Look at what you did to these kids. You got these kids listening to Phil Collins of all people." And I think it was just a big anti-Phil Collins episode, and I was on board for all of it.
Yeah. Pete is putting up a good defense, though. A couple things. He says...
I'm sure he is, yes.
Yeah. So Selling You by the Pound, awesome album, I agree. It might be my favorite.
Agreed.
Genesis album. It's really good. It's really good. I know that Pete's favorite song, I think, Genesis song, is A Fifth of Firth, which is on that album. So, like, I think that's how I spell how you say that.
It's on that album, yeah.
Yeah. And then C also, Collins is mostly, like, solo Collins is mostly take or leave, but his work with Genesis is unparalleled. Yeah, I think that's fair.
I mean, I'll concede that. So I'll put it this way: I need to listen to more Genesis. Mm-hmm. I understand that's a blind spot of mine. That's a blind spot. Mm-hmm. But the solo stuff, I am not a fan of the solo stuff. Mm. Oh my goodness! Yeah. I hate doing In the Air Tonight. I hate that song so much.
Wow.
Oh man, and I should relax now.
Should we make a 50,000 point redeem, like play In the Air Tonight?
I mean, maybe that'll be what I do at the end of a hype train now. Is I'll play some Phil Collins.
If you get level 5 in the hype train, you do Phil Collins.
I was doing for a while. I was doing Barbie Girl as the end of a hype train.
Ooh, wow.
Because I do it in the original key, for better or worse, and it's just it's just awful. A Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
I agree.
It's fantastic. And then I can't talk for 2 days. I don't know why I do that to myself. I don't know.
Yeah.
The integrity of the song, even if I hate the song has integrity. And like, I can't sing the whole thing like a guy, because a guy already has the guy part. I gotta sing the girl part like a girl part.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It just doesn't sound the same.
Yeah, I hear that. It's a two-person song, and you gotta sing both parts. It is very challenging, because like, she's my Barbie girl, and then the guys go, let's go party. It's like completely different ends of the vocal spectrum. Like, let's go, hello Barbie, let's go party.
I don't know. I kind of think you should sing it from now on. That sounded really good.
Funny you should mention that.
I would love to hear that.
My sisters have been challenging me to put that up for the next karaoke show, which is going to be on November 12th. But yeah, maybe I will, Adam. I may take you up on that. Oh yeah, and Pete with the comment that A Fifth of Firth is the greatest song ever written. That's high praise. Pete's big on
it is high praise. It is a very cool song.
Yeah, 100%. Very cool song. Yeah.
I have another hot take.
Ooh, let's do it. Let's hear it.
This is oh god. Why am I digging this hole deeper? I am not a fan of Rush.
You're not alone with that comment, but I love Rush, but I understand.
Okay, yeah.
I understand your comment.
I'm of the like I respect Rush. I respect the hell out of Rush. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I could listen to them recreationally.
Oh no, Pete's not happy with you. He's not liking that one. You're killing me, Smalls, he says.
S'mores? Some more of what?
No, Smalls. Small.
That's the line Smalls says when he says he's killing me, Smalls.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just, every time I listen to them, I'm like, yes, they are great musicians, but I feel like it's, I feel like it's complex for the sake of being complex.
Ooh, pretentious, you say? Interesting.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just never really. They've never really done anything for me. I do respect them, and I also respect. I love their new connection with, not new because this is 20 years old now, but their connection with like video game nerdery, and that may have started with like one of my favorite shows of all time, Futurama, where there's an episode where he's like, what if life was like a video game, and he has to destroy the incoming aliens in a Galaga type video game, and his line is something like, okay, it's Saturday night, I have no date, I got a 2-liter bottle of Shasta and my All Rush mixtape. Let's rock. And then he plays Galaga while Tom Sawyer plays. And then like the show Chuck did that too, where he had to play a video game and he did it to the soundtrack of Rush.
That's funny.
So they've got that little place in pop culture history, which is fun. But I don't know. They don't do much for me. I think actually it has more to do with Geddy Lee's voice. I don't really like Geddy Lee's voice.
Well, and the interesting thing about Rush is that there really are no other vocals. There's no harmony. It's literally just his voice. Have any of you guys noticed that? Yeah. There is no other voice. He doesn't even record his own voice to like back that up. It's just his voice.
Yeah. Pete, it is mostly Geddy Lee's voice. I thought like their musicianship is really cool and they come up with some cool ideas, but the voice, I can't.
It's completely fair. It's completely fair. I would agree. I'm going to say this for the record. I love Rush. However, because and Special K is kind of taking me to the point for me. But Special K said, I think Rush is overly wordy and pretentious. And so she's not a fan. And she says, Pete and I have this it's a conversation Pete and I have all the time. And she adds, awesome. Yes, it's like they're saying, look how musically smart we are, and you're not.
Special K, here's where Pete's also going to crucify me. Because I would also say the same thing of, oh God, why am I doing this? I would also say the same thing of most of Steely Dan. I'm not a Steely Dan fan either.
Ooh.
I'm making enemies left and right. This is proof that I'm not here to plug myself. I'm here to just make sure no one comes to my channel.
Luis is like, all right, gotta get going. I'm not sure. Maybe he actually does have to get going. Luis, if you're actually legit leaving, good to see you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Thanks, man.
Son of a bitch.
I like a couple things. I like Peg. I think Peg is a great song. Mm-hmm. And endlessly memeable just for the Michael McDonald like Peg. Like Peg is awesome. Mm-hmm. Peg is great. And there's a couple of their other tunes that I'm into, but like, I do not Brookstone. I think Transformers is awesome. Another movie that was huge to me in the 80s was the Transformers movie. I remember asking my dad to make me like, I didn't ask him to make me a hoverboard from Back to the Future. I asked him to make me a hoverboard like that one kid has in the Transformers movie, and then he like transforms into it or something. But yeah,
I love
it. The Transformer cartoon, awesome. The Shia LaBeouf stuff, no thank you.
I think they can both coexist, but obviously the original creations are better. I mean, there's no doubt. Like it's clear.
Yeah.
Now.
And they kill everyone. Everyone dies. Spoilers. But like all the big ones die. And you don't do that in a kids movie. But in the 80s, they didn't give a shit. It was awesome.
That was crazy. Yeah. And Brookstone Bards, the animated film is the best Transformers film ever. Yeah. It's a good movie. Good movie. Yeah. So, as you know, Pete was at a Transformers convention this weekend, which I thought was fun.
Yeah, that looks super cool.
Yeah. Thank you for all the updates on the Bards Discord too, Pete. Like that was really cool to see. You met like all the principal creators of the franchise, which I think is amazing. Like to do it all in one go. Wow. Oh, do you know the song? I'm sure you do.
Pete does.
Ah, right. Word up.
He just put the touch on YouTube, I think. So it's a D. Mm-hmm. You got the touch. You got the power. I think it goes like that. I can't remember.
Pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, very nice. So yeah, Luis, have a great night. Thank you so much. And I gave a shout out one more time. Rambo, Davy, where'd you find this guy? I think they're responding back here.
Hey, I still like bass. I still like Barry sax. We're homo. Barry sax is still awesome.
There it is. Jamie, I love it.
I'm full of hot takes.
Let's see. And Pete says, I got to speak to one of the writers of Transformers the movie. He said that they had no idea killing a cartoon character was going to crush so many kids.
Ah.
Yeah. That's a presumptuous thought right there, isn't it? A presumptuous thought. It's like, if we killed Bozo the Clown, would that affect children? If we killed Bart Simpson, would that... You know what I mean? It's like... and yeah,
so Bozo.
I love that. And yes, I got to talk to the father of the Transformers, Bob Budiansky. Super cool. Yeah, they thought they were just selling toys. Who knew? Who knew?
Well, they weren't wrong, but they were also shaping a generation.
Yeah, I remember it well. Those toys were great. Special K, have a great night. All right, fam, I'm out for the night. Hope you all have a great one. 100%. So good to catch up with you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, and she adds, enjoy the Oreos, Adam. Enjoy the Oreos.
I shall.
Love it. Okay, so enjoy your Oreo sandwich cookie. And while you do that, let's get you another question. Ooh, provocative question from the Mod Father. Stuart Hayek with this. Toilet paper, like the roll, under or over?
Please tell me the difference. I don't know the difference. The only thing I know is that when it's over and you go like this, the whole roll will come out. But when it's under and you go like this, the roll will stay on the roll. So that's what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. Is that that's better when it's under, because then, like, if you decide to play cat, the toilet paper isn't going to go anywhere. But I've never understood. Like, someone tell me what the difference is. I don't understand it. I've never understood it.
Well, I mean, I can explain why I do over. And I like over because when you put it on, it's easier to just roll the roll and let the paper come out of it. So over is it for me. I used to be an under guy a lot, like for almost my entire life until like maybe about 10 years ago. And then I'm like, people are saying, no, you got to do over. So like, okay, I'll try over tonight. So I turned it around and I went over and I'm like, this is so much easier. Like it just rolls really easily and then you can get your paper. So that's the difference between them.
My apartment doesn't have bidets caffeine, but even if it did, I don't think I'd use it. I guess I've never used one. Does it like splash the poo around? I'd be a little concerned about that.
Kath, I'm very curious as to your observations on the bidet as well. But I did use one time at a hotel, and it's very interesting. It's like how do you describe it? It's like
I've never been to
water
a hotel that had a
lasers or
bidet.
something like that. Let's not get into too much detail on this, but an interesting thought though.
Water lasers.
Yeah, like if you're like at the dentist, sometimes they have like water picks, so they shoot out really sharply. So it's like a pick, but it's just water, and so it can get at your plaque and get at your calculus and get things out that way. Yeah, Rohomo says it's like power washing instead of just spreading it around. Yeah, you just have to find the water stream. So much better than scraping.
You're painting a lovely picture there, Caffeine.
This is kind of
my toilet paper isn't quite sandpaper. There's a difference.
I haven't quite bought into it myself, but I love the sentiment because it makes a lot of sense. It would seem more efficient because the accuracy of a bidet would seemingly be really good, especially if it's very thorough in its coverage. If it goes front to back, left to right, whatever it may be. But it's such an interesting thought. So Kathy, I imagine you have one. That's a really cool spot.
No, Caffeine just rides the top of a car through a car wash.
Oh, that's good.
Jumps off before it gets to the drying phase. That gets too hot.
Oh man, but I think it's cool. You know what? Honestly, Cav, I think it's worth the investment, in my opinion. So I feel like you're on the right track. So we'll take a look. Maybe you augment it with some paper on the top of it, but either way, I think you're on there something there. Okay, so let's.
I think just the 3 seashells, the way to go.
3 seashells. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so any of you are still in the chat, if you have a question for Adam here tonight, who will also be.
I also got to point out the 3 seashells thing from Demolition Man. Like, they're implying that everyone eats Taco Bell and then uses 3 seashells, and that can't work. You need more. When you've just eaten Taco Bell, you need more than the 3 seashells, I think.
Oh, I know you're getting at. I know what you're getting at. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more of a complex job than the 3 seashells can provide.
Probably,
right. So yeah, let's get some more questions. Exclamation point question followed by the question itself. Enter that into the chat, and we'll answer your question in order. So let's continue. Let's see. This from John in Georgia, a.k.a. John Ninja, the #1 ninja in Georgia, and he asks, "What is your worst marching band experience?"
Let's see. I've had some really bad drum corps experiences, which is pretty much the same thing. Man, being on tour with the drum corps, there's a lot of awful things that happen. I'm trying to think. I basically just had a marching band instructor in high school who was not very good, and he was the kind of person who expected you to know things and then yelled at you for not knowing things. So that wasn't fun. I can't think of my worst one off the top of my head, but I can tell you the funniest one, in that my marching band instructor used, he used that kind of portable loudspeaker that was like wirelessly hooked up to a microphone he had.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow he was a very loud vocal, sometimes saying bad words, sort of marching band director. And we were out on the practice field behind the high school, and we had a particularly bad rehearsal, and he was saying things like, he might have said like goddamn and things like that. And afterwards we found out that his wireless headset was somehow being picked up by the audio system in the nearby Catholic grade school.
Ooh.
So there were a bunch of kids, there were a bunch of like second graders in Catholic school that were hearing things like, God damn it, get in line. Can't you see that? Jesus Christ. Things like that. So that's the funniest marching band story that I can remember. The awful times were like just awful, grueling times on a bus, not being able to sleep. Mm-hmm. And then having to go out and rehearse all day the next day. That's more of a drum corps kind of thing, where you're like, you never get home for 3 months. You just live off of a bus and in a gym. I'm trying to think. That must have been something. I did get in drum corps one year. I got 2nd-degree burns on my shoulders because I didn't reapply sunscreen at lunch. Mm-hmm. So then the next day I had to go to the hospital, and like the dermatologist wasn't there, and ain't that America? The doctor you need isn't there when you need them. So the dermatologist wasn't there, and this other person came in and said, like, you have 3rd-degree burns on your shoulders. And I was a Boy Scout, so I was like, no, I do not. Like, this hurts, but this isn't 3rd-degree burns. You don't know what you're talking about. But that was very painful. I had to be out of rehearsal for a couple days and wear these like really kind of fluffy little pads on my shoulders that made it sound like I had a full diaper everywhere I walked.
Oh, right.
That wasn't fun.
It does sound rough. Ugh. I agree, John. Damn. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of just like being a band, like not just a marching band, but I'm sure rock bands have experiences like that, travel on the road, grueling bus rides, things like that. Every kind of band probably goes through that sort of thing, yeah. Tough spot. But yeah, let's see. What have been some of your favorite, this is a follow-up question, what have been some of your favorite venues to perform in as a marching band? Like, are there any stadia or concert venues that have been that you remember vividly?
For marching bands, I mean, I was never in a good marching band. It was all drum corps stuff, and I wasn't even in that good of a drum corps. But I was still there for all the events and stuff. let's see. So I've been to like the Alamo Dome and Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. I'm trying to think of some of my favorite stadiums. Let's see. I've been to the one in Philadelphia. Let's see. Buffalo Bills that's where finals was in 2001, and we made finals in 2001. So that was probably my favorite place. It was like, I think maybe 25,000 people there to see us, and the stands are all filled on one side. So that's a really good memory there. I've played in the Citrus Bowl a couple times. Citrus Bowl is probably my worst. That's the worst stadium. I like how the football stadium or the football field is just lines. There's no numbers anywhere. So like you can actually read the pictures really well. Especially if a marching band or a drum corps is all in white, it becomes hard to read the pictures if there's a bunch of numbers and NFL symbols and things everywhere. And that one is just straight lines the whole way. The problem is it's in Orlando and it's humid as hell down there.
Right.
And there's like sand everywhere. Like it's not, Orlando's in the middle of the state, but there's still sand everywhere. It's, ugh. Don't like that on my feet. Get it off my feet. Gross. Ugh.
That's weird that there could still be sand in the middle of the state like that, but so it is. Right on.
That's Florida for you.
Yeah, 100%. That definitely is. I mean, I was there for like 1 week, one time. I felt it up. Oh, you gotta go, Pete. So good to see you. Take care. Thank you again for the raid. Let's give the shout out one more time for the bards. Pete, have a good rest of your night. I really appreciate you. Yeah, thank you, Pete. So glad I got to raid you tonight. I'm so glad you got to. Bards. I'm so glad to see you. Super cool. I'm really.
Yeah, I'm glad you came in, Pete, man.
100%.
I love having spirited musical discussions with Pete.
That was really cool. Did you have any discussions?
I've had a couple of them. I've met him a couple times now, and each time we had like spirit. Like I'm not a big fan of the Guardians movies, and we had a discussion about that when I first met him.
Wow, no kidding.
Oh man, Stone Temple Pilots tomorrow. That's gonna be awesome.
Ooh, Pete, what a banger of an album you're covering
really
tomorrow.
cool.
I want to see that. We'll be there.
So cool.
3:30 Eastern. All right. Set your calendars, everybody.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see that.
Yeah. SCP is awesome. So, Pete, enjoy. We'll be there.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, we had the first time I met him, it was just kind of discussions in Timmy's backyard. Timmy is his mod, and that's pretty much all we did was just have discussions and stuff. And then the next time I saw him, we had a gig, and we just talked about gigging. And then we did a gig, and it was really easy. And then we just, after the gig, we gave each other hand jobs about how easy the gig was. So that's, pardon my French, but that's a figurative way of saying we both enjoy playing with each other.
That is good stuff. By the way, you can cuss on this channel for what it's worth. So we have the XL tag. Boom. But I know that a lot of people don't. So I assume that yours is like PG-13 language or do you allow like R-rated language in there?
I was leaning towards PG-13 when I first started, and I didn't really know how. Yeah, Pete is a great partner too, by the way.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Pete's saying
it.
Adam's an excellent dueling partner. That's really cool.
Yeah. It was very easy playing with Pete, and that's the compliment. Is that like I didn't. There were no curveballs of like, where the fuck is he going with this song? Like I knew what he was doing, and it was easy to back him up, and he was backing me up, and it was just a really cool show. I think I swear in my show. I can't remember. When it started off, I was like, you got to pay me to swear for songs, because I was afraid that people would start requesting, like, effort gently or something like that. But hasn't really happened. So
okay.
I do. Oh, that's right. Duh. I have a, let's see if that comes up right now. I have this little rated R sign that I put over songs now. And that goes, that usually goes right over the song that's next in the list. So I'll put that up there whenever I'm going to say any naughty words.
Oh, nice. Rated R, like in those little plastic letters. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, but I definitely did not want to even come close to like challenging or getting in trouble for using R-rated language when there was no R-rated provision. So I'm always about that. I'm always about like XL mature tag, but like 90% of the time I'm not even using it. It's just so that we can. Yeah. It's always there. So that's always a cool thing. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Oh, so we have some more questions. I'm sorry. Okay, caffeine is my drug with this question. Is an Oreo Adam's favorite sandwich?
No. It was time constraints. This is what I had. My favorite sandwich, and here's the other thing I wanted to mention. Like, I had to go out and buy these Oreos for tonight, and I passed a Subway on the way, and I still thought I would enjoy Oreos more than a Subway sandwich.
Valid, though. Valid. Completely valid.
Subway is
completely valid.
No, I didn't think that would be much of a hot take.
No, no.
Yeah, man, those guys. Okay, nice caffeine.
I love that gaff. Barf Subway.
Yeah, I usually, if I'm going to a sandwich stop, I usually like Potbellies. I don't know if Potbellies are all over the country yet.
No, but I've heard good things.
It's usually where I go. And if I'm doing burgers, that's it. Burgers or sandwiches, right? Then I would say,
yes,
there's some local places that have like the best burgers I've ever had. Mm-hmm. And if those local places aren't available, then I'm looking for the nearest Five Guys or In-N-Out.
Okay. Well, the nearest In-N-Out's going to be several states for you, but Five Guys, you got one.
Yeah, Five Guys are all over.
Yeah, for sure.
I went to grad school at Arizona State, mm-hmm. and when I went back and visited some friends, there was the first and only time I've ever had to choose between an In-N-Out and a Five Guys.
Right.
And I can't even remember what I did, but it's what mood I'm in, because I do like fries well done at In-N-Out. Mm-hmm. I think I like the burger better at In-N-Out, but I like the fries better at Five Guys.
I'm with you.
The Cajun fries. Cajun fries are awesome.
They're so good, right? They're so good. Probably my favorite fries out of like the not. If you're talking about like semi-fast food or fast food, Five Guys has got to be my favorite as well. So I'm with you on that. And Cajun, you got to make sure you do Cajun.
Yeah, caffeine, I can't even stand the smell of a Subway now. I can smell it from like half a mile away, and I turn around. Ugh.
Yeah. Caffeine says, we've got a Subway on base, next building over, and after 2 years of Subway once a week, I can't stand going in there. Yeah, you're right about that. I don't know, something about the bread. It just smells off. Like, I'm with you on that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also the only sandwich place in the town where I grew up. Mm. And my sister worked there for a while.
Oh, really?
So she always came home smelling like, well, sandwiches and sometimes other things, but mostly. Nice Matrix quote there, Caffeine.
It's the smell. Love it.
It's the smell.
Let's see. Okay, some more questions on the queue. Okay, let's go to them. Everything at Dunkin' has the same smell too. Well, that's a different conversation. I know a lot of people have been divided on that too. The coffee, but I'm down with Dunkin'. I'm fine with it. It sounds like you have an opinion on this topic.
I don't have that much of an opinion. Mostly because like I don't eat early in the day usually, and I love breakfast food. I just don't like eating it first thing in the morning. But I do like donuts. But if I get donuts, I'll probably just go to a 7-Eleven or a local donut shop. Because I'm here in Chicago, there's lots of local places to get pastries.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I can walk to a Dunkin' that's just over there, and I'll pass two pastry shops. I'll pass like two of them on the way to Dunkin'. So I never go to Dunkin'. Is pretty much it. I've rarely been there. And I bought so much coffee that eventually I bought my own coffee maker. So now I make most of my coffee at home.
Okay, right. I got you. I mean, whenever I'm working from home, I do the same. I just make my own coffee. Yeah. It's just easier. It's more efficient. Like, I'm like, okay, I'll just make coffee. I don't have to leave.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing. Pretty good. Let me see. What are we looking at here? Let's see. Everything at Dunkin' has the same smell, too. Right. But, okay. So what was the name of the hamburger place you wanted to get your burger from? Because we can show it on camera. We can show it on our screen capture for everybody.
Yeah, so that's, Chicago is full of, like, the best food in the country, unless you're, like, supremely rich and you can find the actual best food or something, whatever. But there's a lot of great food in Chicago. My favorite hamburger is at a place called Little Bad Wolf.
Okay. Oh yeah, it comes right up.
Not too far from where I live.
Comes right up. Let's take a look. Okay.
That has my bet. Yeah, that has my favorite burger. They don't cook to order. They cook it the one way they do it, but it's delicious. And it's one of those where like you have to eat it.
Yeah.
right when you get it, or the bun will get kind of soggy and gross. But it's so good when you first get it.
Oh, let's give everybody a look at it. So I have my browser capture. Let's engage it, and then we'll see. Let's see. I can find it over here. Is that it, Adam? Is that it?
It's not. I gotta look at the different window here. Let's see. That might be. I think that's their triple wolf burger or something, where there's 3 patties.
Wow.
I usually get it with 2 patties because that's a bit much for me. But the 2 patties, some bacon and cheese. They have really good fries as well. Pretty much everything there is amazing, and they have an awesome tap list as well. Their tap list and their beer list in general is great.
Oh, I love it. Let's go look at this. Oh, nice. Look at that burger. That looks...
Homer Simpson sounds.
Oh, burger. That looks amazing. It looks so good.
It's so tasty. Yeah, if anyone comes to Chicago, that's where I'm either taking them there or I'm taking them to get whatever pizza they think is the best pizza they want to have. Because you can get... Chicago is not just deep dish pizza. You can have any pizza you want, and we'll find the best place to do it.
Do you have so deep dish pizza is kind of an oddity. I don't know. It just seems like its own thing. Like, I don't feel like it's actually pizza. You know, like.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I haven't had it for a number of years. There was a streamer gathering over the summer. Orchestra music was coming through Chicago, and Wendy Harper hosted like a streamer gathering at her place. So it was like Wendy Harper, myself, Manny, Orchestra music, and do you know Jamiroquai? I
don't think I know Jamiroquai, but I heard that Aaron was there too.
He's really good. It's spelled
really?
JER__ROQUE.
Oh, I have seen that name, so I probably have.
He's a great piano player. He doesn't sing, but he does a lot of video game stuff, and he plays it really well. And sometimes, he ends every stream with like a Chrono Trigger mashup, which I love.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really good. But he lives in Chicago as well, so it was like all of us got together and we had Pequods. Like if you've heard anything about deep dish pizza, you know there's Giordano's and there's Pequods. And Wendy Harper got a bunch of Pequods, and she got a couple that weren't deep dish, and they were very good. And I actually took them home because she got a whole shitload, and I took some home and reheated them like a week later, and they were still great, which is something you can't say of most deep dish pizza.
That's interesting.
So that one was good, but mostly the pizza that I like is thin crust, just not crunchy thin crust. It's got so I do like kind of New York, New Haven style, but you can find that in Chicago. You can find it. You can find all the types of pizza in Chicago, and the deep dish for me is one of those things you do when mom and dad are visiting.
Oh, okay.
Or like,
so it's more gimmicky than not.
Never been to Chicago.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Listen,
when
I get to Chicago, whenever that happens, I will not put that on you because I don't need to eat that. Like I've had it.
No, it's fine.
It's a different enough facsimile of it. I'm like, you know what? Listen, I don't need that. I'd rather have regular pizza.
No. My favorite pizzeria is also a brewery, so that's usually where I take people, and that's the New Haven style pizza, which is pretty thin.
Yeah.
The toppings aren't gigantic. The toppings are pretty normal size, but you can do a really kind of personal pizza, and it's really big.
Yeah. And
there's local beer there. That's usually where I take people.
Cool. Oh, I wanted to give a shout out to Confuzzler1 in the chat. I'm sorry I didn't shout you out earlier, but it's good to see you. Nice to meet you again. Borgor. Yeah. Is that a good spot?
Borgor. That's the I think he's making reference to that SNL sketch about Cheeseburger.
Oh, Cheeseburger.
Because that's.
Nope. Yeah.
I think that's what. Sorry, confuzz here. I don't know the pronoun. They're talking about. I think that SNL sketch.
Olympia.
Cheeseburger.
Yeah, Cheeseburger.
I've been there once, and it's more of a novelty kind of thing rather than like really good food, but it's fine. It's cool to go there.
So it's an actual place, like they just did like a mock-up of it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. I think it's called Cheeseburger or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's hard to find because there are parts of downtown Chicago that are on like 2 levels.
Oh, I got
And
you.
basically, you're at this real nice part of the Mag Mile, and then you go down these steps, and it looks like, you know, this dingier parts of Batman Begins, and then you turn around the corner. and then you turn around the corner and there's this cheeseburger place, and like it's crowded, it's small. I honestly can't remember anything about the food. I think the sketch was basically about how the servers just pronounced cheeseburger, and they made a whole sketch out of it.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, they better have had
it does. Yes, John Ninja. It does have goat in the name. Billy Goat. Oh. Billy Goat Tavern. My wife has been yelling at me the whole time, and I've got these earpieces, and it's like I could tell she was. I could tell
nice
she was
to meet
talking,
you,
but I
Mrs.
couldn't
Rock
tell
the
what she was
Piano.
saying. Oh, she's been on the stream a couple times. She plays violin on the stream.
I read about that on your
Every once
page.
in a while.
I would love to redeem that sometime. That would be really cool.
Yeah. Well, it's not much of a redemption. Is she teaching at the moment that I'm streaming, or is she actually free to play some piano or play some violin? Because she does a lot of teaching at kind of the same time. And then we can only make noise in our apartment to a certain point.
Oh,
so
sure,
like I can talk right now, that's fine. But I can't be rocking the piano past 8 p.m. or they might fine us or kick us out or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We haven't
is
had
what
any
it
complaints
is.
for a while, but
Yeah.
we're playing it safe.
Okay, no, I think it's it's a good 8. But I did kind of wonder in terms of if the piano is wired to your system and you're just using in-ears or headphones to listen to it, would that be a problem? Because it wouldn't come out.
This is a new development. These in-ears, I've only had them for I've only streamed 5 times in the last 2 months.
Right.
And I haven't tried it yet, because now the only thing when my sound is working, I'm shaking my fist.
I'm gonna blame Don Henley for that. Damn you, Henley.
Damn you, Henley!
Damn you, Henley!
That's awesome. But the way my sound is set up now, I'm talking about maybe going a bit later with my streams, because all they'll hear is my singing.
Right.
And that might not be a problem. And also, the only person who should hear it is the neighbor above us, and she so far has been very complimentary about our playing.
Okay. That's really great.
She's only been there for about 3-4 years. The people before her were not complimentary about my playing.
Oof.
So,
Oof.
yeah, I think they're the ones who called in a complaint and got us fined once.
Oh.
But they're not around anymore. And they were fine people, but it was frustrating.
I hear that.
It's a
I'm sorry
frustrating
about that.
situation.
Yeah, sorry I had to deal with that. But yeah, so let's see. John Ninja says yes to Billy Go. I listen to WGN sometimes. Really? What do you listen to WGN for?
WGN.
WGN.
Yeah, where do you live, John Ninja? How do you get WGN?
No, he's probably streaming it. He's probably streaming
yeah.
it.
You can get it online.
Yeah, you get it online.
With that.
And sometimes one of the late night hosts used to talk about the restaurants a lot on his show. That's interesting. Yeah.
I'm surprised no one's asked about the Wiener Circle.
Oh, right. Is that a hot dog place?
Has anyone ever heard about that?
I don't think I have, no.
Because some people talk about Ed DeBevick's, which is reopening.
Really?
Ed DeBevick's was that place where the servers treat you like shit. And
wait. So it's Peter Luger's? Is it like a Peter Luger's in Chicago, basically?
I don't know what Peter Luger's is, but apparently yes. The kind of thing where they say the most grotesque things to you and throw menus at you and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
Dick's Last Resort kind of does that in a more PG way, but Ed DeBevick's was, in fact, one of my a dueling piano player that I know here in Chicago that I play with quite often. One of his first jobs was being a server at Ed DeBevick's, and he said it really trained him for the job of dueling pianos.
That's a really good point. Yeah. Totally gets you in the mood for it. You get used to crowds and stuff. That's great. So Peter Luger's is a really old steakhouse in Brooklyn, and the people.
Cool.
Yeah, so they have these old guys that are like waiters there, and they basically treat you like shit. And they're like, no, you can order this thing on the menu. You can't order the other stuff. They get mad when you start ordering like extra sides and shit. So it's like, that's where that comes from. So. It's a meme.
That sounds like when I was in Barcelona, I went to a few restaurants where they only speak Basque. They don't speak Spanish. And they were a bit aggressive there. Like, I asked for an extra thing, and they're like, no, you can't have it. We're not going to give that to you. It's like, but I'll pay you for it. I have money. Do you want the money? No.
I mean,
we're not going to give it to you.
Why is it on the menu if you're going to keep telling people you can't order it?
It was a weird restaurant that didn't have a menu. I remember having to ask for carne, not del. My Spanish is shit now, and they don't speak Spanish, so they were just like, we're not going to respond to you because you're not speaking Basque.
Oh, that's
I
so
can't remember
funny.
what I was asking for, but I was asking for the same thing again, and they would not give it to me. Yeah, that D sharp guy. How's it going, Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan, welcome in.
Ryan's in the house.
Good to see Ryan, that E flat guy. He's back in the chat. So good to see you. I hope you're doing all right, Adam.
F double flat.
I mean, Ryan meeting Adam. Say hello to Adam. Adam, say hello to Ryan. He already did. Hello. But it's so good to see you again. And yes, he's got a cool piano show as well on Twitch. Check out his channel right there. Give him a follow as well. And those of you who are in the chat now, if you are not already following the Rock the Piano, go follow Rock the Piano. What are you waiting for? Go follow him right now. Go to the channel. Follow the stream. He has 1,000 followers. He just hit 1,000 followers earlier this fall. And
I'll eat an Oreo for every follower. I'll eat the whole bag.
I love it. But yeah, and if so, that burger place though looked really good, Adam. It really looked awesome. So
Oh yeah.
I want to go back. I want to go check
Little
it
Bad
out.
Wolf is great.
Yeah.
The other place, I mean, if we're talking beer,
Ooh.
Hop Leaf, that's the place to go.
Nice.
Yes, right there.
Wait, hang on. What? Show it again. Let
Beer.
me see. What is it called?
Yeah.
Hop Leaf. Ah, sweet. Ryan would appreciate that. He's a beer connoisseur as well, and so let me look at the queue.
That's the place to go when you're in Chicago.
I love it, and I cannot wait to get to Chicago. So you mentioned you met some people there. You met Wendy Harper. You met Jacques, which is cool. So
Jamiroquai, I met Manny. Yeah.
And Manny, right? Because Manny was in town, like he was flying in. So my question to you, this is my question in the queue. If there's someone else in the Twitch world that you have not met yet that you would like to meet in person, who would be the next person you would like to meet in person from the Twitch world?
There's a couple. Let's see. I think that there's a big overlap of interests and overlap of experience between me and Rob Kovacs.
Oh.
Do you know Rob Kovacs?
I don't, unfortunately, no.
He's another good player, and I think I became friends with him on Facebook and found out that he used to be a dueler.
Okay.
And that was not surprising to me in the least. Another person would be Music is Code.
Oh yeah, he's out here.
haven't-
He's in California. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't been to his stream too much because he streams a lot at night when I'm you people in the Pacific time zone. That's like the primo time to stream. But I'm usually not available to watch those streams.
Gotcha.
But Music is Code is cool, and I think he and I would get along, even though I'm not sure he remembers who I am because I haven't been there much. But he's another great dude. And then there's the other kind of duelers who do this gig that I haven't met before. I've never met Tyson Leslie. And that dude's got chops for days.
Yeah,
I've never
word.
met Danny Corzelius. I know of Danny
K,
Corzelius,
yeah.
but I've never met him. Who else is there? I've met all the Chicago people like Elisa, and Bill Larkin.
Oh, Bill,
I've
nice.
met him
Yeah,
a number of times. Yeah. And I'm trying to hook up with Drunky Skunky, who just moved back to Michigan. He's only like 2 hours away from me, but it hasn't worked out just yet.
I love these
figure that
choices though.
out.
So it's a pretty good selection of folks you can go to later on. I'm sure it'll come before too long though. Honestly, that seems well within reach. And if you're ever in LA, then
Probably.
And you can meet Music is Code. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh man, I would like to meet music. I haven't met Laura Wiley. That'd be a lot of fun too. I haven't met her at all.
Oh
But,
boy,
I
think you'd love.
I used to go to the West Coast all the time, but I haven't been there
I gotcha.
for about 4 years.
Well, I have met her, and I think you would really enjoy her company. Like she loves you as well. So I think I think you'll have a good time. hanging out with her. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, for sure. How big of a Disney fan are you? Out of curiosity, like, are you big on that?
I'm fairly big. I'm not as big as she is.
No,
but,
I mean nobody is.
I have an immense. That is true. I love Howard Ashman. I love all the stuff that Howard Ashman did. I'm talking like Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid and all that stuff. Like he was kind of one of the people who brought in the Disney Renaissance. Because
absolutely.
he and Alan Menken came and wrote all those songs and told them how to translate a stage musical into a cartoon.
Right.
And that's super cool. And I watch a lot of YouTube video essays about movies and Disney and stuff, and there's a lot of stuff about that whole Disney Renaissance era because all the people who are on YouTube are my age, and they're like, I miss Little Mermaid. So there's a lot of that kind of content to be had.
Cool. Yeah, no, it's really neat. It's interesting. I'm probably with you. I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I'm not the biggest Disney. I like Disney. I don't know if I like it quite as much as, say, Mark Kortz does or Laura Wiley does or somebody like that. But it's really cool that you have there's a shared interest there. Oh, and Drunky Skunky, that E-Flat guy, Drunky Skunky, he is a blast. I gotta go follow Drunky Skunky as well. What's his handle? Do you know what his handle is?
Drunky Skunky is his handle. His name is Charles Kraut.
What?
So, yeah.
That's
Charles,
wild.
he does, like a guy with the name Drunky Skunky, and you see a show, and it's like his name is Charles. You expect him to have a monocle and a top hat, but he has neither. He has a bald head. And he's another dueler, kind of like I am. He gets out there and just sings songs and has fun.
Super. That's really
Charles Kraut. What a name.
What a name indeed. All right, so I got this for you, Adam. Okay, here we go. Pineapple on pizza. This is from the Mod Father, Stuart Hayek. Pineapple on pizza. Is that okay?
So, whenever I'm singing American Pie, I get to the line. Let's see. February made me shiver with every pizza I delivered. Bad news on the doorstep. Who ordered pineapple? So that's what I think about pineapple on pizza. It doesn't belong.
Love it. It can belong, but I think I don't care for it at all. It does not need to be on pizza. Let's go to my opinion.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
I've had baked potato pizza, and I like that better.
What?
Yeah.
Is the Funky Spot still in the chat? Did you hear about this? There's a baked potato pizza? Oh my goodness.
Baked potato pizza. I've had it before at like one of those places that just sell. So I didn't commit to an entire pie of baked potato pizza. I had like 2 slices of it, but it does have like slices of potato on it and some broccoli and bacon and cheese obviously. But it has a white sauce instead of a red sauce. So I don't really know what was in the white sauce. Maybe there was no sauce. Maybe it was just cheese. This was a while ago.
Does it have sour cream?
Maybe. That's the one thing I don't like on baked potatoes is sour cream.
Oh, okay, right.
So it must not have had it, or I wouldn't have even ordered it.
So, see, that's an interesting thought, because, like, I don't really need cheese on it, but I do like sour cream and butter and chives. Yeah. But you don't care for sour cream. Would you be good with cheese on it and chives?
Yeah, but not too much cheese. That being said, one of the best baked potatoes I ever had, which is not offered anymore, was like 15 years ago at Schlotsky's Deli.
Ooh.
Like I wouldn't get the sandwich. I would get the baked potato. And it's served in like one of those to-go kind of tubs. Almost like if you're getting a bowl at Chipotle. It's in one of those. And it's a whole baked potato in there with the bacon and the butter and the broccoli and whatever else you want in there. But it was also like, you know, that potatoes don't have legs, but the potato was knee deep in cheese. It was like a cheesy sauce that was around it, and it was delicious. And I usually don't like cheese, but that was awesome.
That sounds great. I really like good baked potatoes like that. Loaded baked potatoes are great. Bacon is I'm all about it. Would you go bacon on the baked potato?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right?
Definitely.
It's so good. So
Lots
good.
of bacon.
I love that. All right. Jade says, gosh darn it, now I crave baked potatoes. I dig it.
Yep.
How could you not? They're so good.
My diet is like 40% potato. It's not good.
No, you're right. It's not what you want. It's true.
40% potato and 20% beer, and then the rest is what my wife makes for dinner, which is probably what's keeping me alive.
Look, props to your wife, keeping you alive. Well done,
yeah,
Mrs. Piano.
Yeah.
Love it. What is Mrs. Piano's favorite sandwich? I'm curious. What is your favorite sandwich? Did we establish that? What is your actual favorite sandwich? Like, what is your favorite sandwich?
Ooh, my favorite sandwich would probably, probably a patty melt. I like patty melts, man.
Okay.
Those are tasty. Patty melt with bacon.
Ooh,
the bacon is a big part of
Nicely
it.
done.
I don't know about my wife's favorite sandwich. I don't even know if she's listening right now.
Okay.
I wonder what my wife's favorite sandwich is. I don't think she can hear me.
Okay. Well,
So I have no idea.
you can let me know
what her
later on.
favorite
It'll be fine.
You think I would know, but she's, again, I think she mostly doesn't make them because she knows I don't eat them a whole lot, and she has a lot of amazing other recipes that she makes all the time.
Okay, no worries.
What might be
Yeah.
my favorite?
Confess-
Probably something with chicken. Ooh, no. At Hopleaf, there is a sandwich. There's a sandwich she eats that has like some Newski's ham. I don't know if you've heard of Newski's wherever you are, but it's like a farm in Wisconsin that has like the best pork products. But she has like a Newski's ham sandwich at Hopleaf that she loves. So that's probably her favorite one to have when she's going out.
Neat. Newski ham sandwich. Keep that on. We'll put that on the agenda too. I want to try that out. Sounds pretty good. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for your responses there, Adam. Let's see. Confuzzler says worth a try, 100%. And Jade says I love pineapple on pizza, but I cannot have it very often. Is that just by choice, or just literally like it's hard to eat that for whatever reason? Either way, I dig it. Yeah, I mean pineapple. Look, if you gave me a pizza with pineapple on it, I'll eat it. But it's not my first or second or even my 10th choice on a pizza. So like, I'd rather have just basic stuff: pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, boom. Olives, fine. Bacon, yes. You know, that's pretty much where I'm at. So, all right. So last question tonight, at least for now, unless you want to, any of you want to add a question, exclamation point question followed by the question. This is our classic question. We ask this on every stream. The question is, has the usual question been asked yet? Jade, I hope you're still in the chat. We have not. The question is, pancakes, waffles, or French toast, Adam?
Well, I mean, I've seen the CGP Grey video on this on YouTube, and I pretty much agree with them. It depends on the quality of the restaurant. Where like waffles are in the What do they say? They say like pancakes are in the middle, or something like that. And if it's a good restaurant, go for French toast. Like French toast is on the top and pancakes are at the bottom.
Okay.
And if it's a bad restaurant, flip the two, and the pancakes will be the solid choice, and the French toast is probably not the solid choice. I got a picture somewhere of the worst French toast I've ever had on New Year's Day. I woke up New Year's Day and I was in the middle of nowhere, and I ordered the French toast and I regretted it. Ooh. But I'm usually a French toast guy. That's usually what I am.
Oh, and wow.
Then, I like waffles too. Waffles are solid. I don't like too much stuff on either one. Like my French toast, I don't like all the fruit because I don't like being healthy. I don't know why I don't like the fruit.
Your anti-fruit stance is so interesting to me.
Yeah, I just need the butter and the syrup and and whatever it was made in. Mm-hmm.
Boy, that's
such batter.
That's so cool. I mean, I think that's a great response. A very interesting opinion as far as the fruit, though. Like, a lot of people love the strawberries on there, but what about whipped cream? Where are you with that? Would you go with it?
I don't do whipped cream. And when I get coffee, I'm like, no whip. I don't want it when I get a latte or something.
Oh, okay,
no.
So you're not a fan of the whipped cream either. Okay, that E-Flat guy, I'll explain that. So he asks, what is the selective sampling of answers since 1022? The only reason for that is because we only started counting them since that date. It's like I didn't institute the counter until that date, so that's the. He's throwing up riot emotes. I mean, it's all of the data I have, unfortunately. So that will get better as we keep going through this. But I think he's not happy because he wants the pancake response he put in there when he was on the show a few weeks ago, and so he wants in on that. And I'm sure that Jade probably wants that too. When Jade was on there, she was saying pancakes. Oh no, here come all the riot emotes. Shenanigans. It's only a small sample size. This will even out over time, everybody. I would.
Jade, my mom says rigged every time I play apples to apples with her. She like yells out rigged because my wife and I choose each other's responses.
I haven't played that game in a while. That's funny. That's really funny. Man, everybody not happy. People are not having it with that response.
Oh no. I'm
caffeine.
I'm really good at stirring the pot.
Yeah. If you just left the counters alone, Davey, nobody would know. Like, in other words, if I didn't... Yeah, but they were so out of whack. I had to reset them. I had to Man, people were not having it with this response. Not having... And then Jade says, wheeze, as she should. Just kidding. As far as apples situation. That's so great. Okay, I think that's it for questions. Wow. It was a great round of questions, everybody. Thank you so much for asking them, everyone. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Let's see. Confuzzo says, Davey, I've been here for 2 streams, and I have seen more angry people than in my entire life. There is a lot of rage in this.
I aim to please.
Well, I mean, that's true, Adam. You did contribute to that, but even before, like, we were having some spirited comments in the the chat. Let's see. Jade says, we'll be rioting for the first few streams with that question, but we appreciate the answers regardless. Well, thank you, Jade. Appreciate that. Shout out to Jade. Shout out to E-Flat. Shout out to anybody else in here? I think, well, the biggest thing is Adam, who's been our guest tonight. This has really been a lot of fun, Adam. I think I'll give it to you for any final thoughts. And we'll go ahead and select a raid target, but it's really been a blast to getting to know you and hanging out with you. Yeah. So, what? Any final thoughts before we head on out?
Thanks for bringing me in. This has been a lot of fun. Again, sorry for any audio things. That was a big headache for most of the day, but I've had a lot of fun. Thanks for letting me eat Oreos on here instead of an actual sandwich.
No problem. That's funny.
And I hope we get to meet each other the next time I'm in California. That'd be a lot of fun.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And likewise, when I get to Chicago, I am gonna get to Chicago at some point. I'd love to meet you down there.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
we'll get everyone together, right?
Yeah.
I know Wendy Harper's up for a get together. She's cool.
Oh, that's great. Oh, she's the best. Like, I forgot to give her a shout out. Let's give Wendy a shout out too, because Wendy's cool. Wendy, I think _ Harper. Yeah, I love her. I love her VGM jams. So much fun. So yeah, I mirrored that, Adam. Really great, good, and yeah, let's hang out next if I'm ever up there your way. It should be really fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, the sandwich cookie, says that E-Flat guy. Jade says, thank you so much for a fun time. Thank you for all the fun answers and stories and musical chaos, Adam.
Chocolate sandwich cookie. That's what it says.
I didn't even realize it was actually on the package. That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yep.
Well done, Oreo. Great job.
It's right there.
Yeah, Rahoma says thank you. Well, thank you too.
In case
You
there's
will...
any confusion.
I know, exactly. Just clear up any possible ambiguous debates about whether they were sandwiches or not. That's so good. But thank you all of you for hanging out. Yeah, Ryan, good to see you again. And Jade says, now I am anticipating the day someone brings an ice cream sandwich to the sandwich show. It's coming. It's just...
I was about to, but I was afraid it would melt. So I didn't.
I testify to that because I tried it one time when the Brookstone Bards were here. Like when they were, we interviewed them too. It was really fun. But I tried to do an ice cream sandwich on that stream and it was melted. It was like, it was just milk by the time I put it up there. I was like, oh no. So it's hard to do. It's hard to do ice cream sandwiches on that show.
Ugh.
I know. Not the best. But let's see. Oh, nice. That E-Flat guy. I had an ice cream sandwich a few hours ago. Thumbs up. Well done.
Oh, yeah.
Thumbs up. Yeah, really cool. Okay. Yeah. So you mentioned Manny, right? You mentioned Maddie. Let's go meet Manny Orchestra Music. We are going to raid our friend Manny. So let's do that before we do. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. I do want to make an announcement.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Adam. I appreciate you hanging out. Oh, you have the raid call. Thank you. And just a reminder, next week we're going to have 2 guests. We're going to have, not 2 guests. We're going to have 2 shows. We have Carly Sings coming in on Wednesday, on the 3rd. And then on the 4th... Oh, do you know Carly Sings? Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
100%. That's awesome. Yeah, singer-songwriter from Maine. So that's great. I invite you to hang out with us for that too, Adam. And then, as long as you're not streaming, maybe you might have a stream that night too. But then on the 4th, on Thursday, Adam, I would be really glad if you could come back for the Twitchaversary. It'll be on our Discord.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have everybody who's been on the show so far join us, or at least we'll invite them. So if you want more on that, just go to our Discord. We'll tell you more about it there. Feel free to join our Discord, and then all the details about our 6-month anniversary show will be there. And we'd love to have you there. It'd be really great. We're trying to get every.
I have an update.
Oh, what do you got?
My wife's favorite sandwich is anything from the Zingerman's Deli in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where she went to school. Especially the chicken, mozzarella, pesto, and sun-dried tomato, or bagel with lox and cream cheese. There's my wife's favorite sandwich.
Nicely done, Mrs. Piano. I appreciate you, Mrs. Rock the Piano. I love it. I love it. I've heard. I think that wasn't that featured in like diners, drive-ins, and dives too. Like that place.
It probably was.
I think it was.
And I know it's in that movie like about Jason Segel being like the 5-year engagement. I think it's like Jason Segel and the girl who's not Anne Hathaway or Meryl Streep from Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah. Don't ask how I know that. I saw it in the theater. But
nice.
At least it's the end of the stream. I don't think anyone's going to see that. But
yeah.
Good times. But I don't know who that is either, to be honest, unfortunately. So
Blunt. Someone Blunt.
Emily Blunt?
Yes. Emily Blunt.
Oh, fascinating. I've seen the
Emily
name.
Blunt. So there's a movie with Emily Blunt and Jason Segel, and for a while they live in Ann Arbor, and Jason Segel's character works at Zingerman's.
Maddie!
It's a famous sandwich shop.
Okay.
Hey, Maddie Wongi.
Maddie Wongi's in the chat. Holy cow!
Oh, that's cool.
That's so good to see you, Maddie. It's nice to meet you here in the Sandwich Show. Obviously, Maddie Wongi is a tremendous streamer as well. Check out Maddie Wongi's channel if you haven't already. And I assume most of you here are familiar with his cool jams. Very acoustic vibe, very positive vibe. The Ohana family welcomes all of us, including you, Adam, of course, to his world.
He's in Hawaii, so he just woke up, right? Like
yeah,
it's like 10 a.m. there.
Maddie, it's so good to meet you. Whoa, aloha, fam. Aloha to you. Well, we are just about to raid out, but I could let you ask one more question. Do you have a question for Adam that you've been wondering about for a long time? Would you like to know? Yeah. This is so good.
5 p.m. Hawaii, is it called Hawaii Standard Time?
I don't think they have daylight time, do they? Or maybe they do. Not sure.
That wouldn't make sense. Arizona doesn't have daylight savings time.
Right. And I don't think Denver does either. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. I'm not sure of that. I'm not sure of that. I need to talk to my friends in Denver to find out. I'm not sure of that. I don't want to go on a lie like that. Oh, here we go. Maddie with a question. Okay. Ready for this, Adam? Here we go. How would you fight a horde of 12-year-old kids?
There's some answers coming to me that I'm not sure I want to divulge. I am, for example, a very flatulent man, and that would probably take care of the problem. But with a very long stick, I don't know, or a force field, give them all lightsabers and let them destroy themselves.
Ah, there you go. There you go. I love that.
I don't know.
That's so funny. Maddie says we don't have daylight savings. Okay, good to know. That's such a great response, Adam. It's funny. Confuzzler says beat them each with one single piano tile. What, you mean like one of your keys?
Tile? Like key?
I guess.
These are plastic. They don't hurt very much. You'd have to like poke with them. Like,
Yeah. It'd have to be
I mean, that would not be pleasant, but it wouldn't be fatal.
That's a great question, Maddie. Thank you very much for asking.
I'm not trying to kill 12-year-olds. I'm not trying to kill them. Maybe I am. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if you want to be more effective, just take the entire piano and just take them down with it. If you really want to do something.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to ask you this question. Like, when you go on your trips, when you do flights, do you take your piano with you? Like, do you take your digital piano on the flight? Like, do you check it in?
I don't do flights too often, but when I do, I don't bring the piano with me. Either someone else has taken the piano with them and driven there because they're closer to where the gig is, or there's a couple gigs that the company that I work for plays where the company has a crate that has all the equipment in it, and then that crate is brought into the hotel or wherever the venue is, and we're supposed to find that crate in the bowels of the venue and open it up and, you know, take it to the stage. And
It's so mysterious.
That can be, yeah, that can be mysterious and strange. I've seen, I've seen like the intestines of many a downtown hotel, and it's all weird. And
That is.
there's one time I had a load-in for a hotel, and the load-in was across the street from the actual hotel. It was across the street and then down a floor, and there was a hallway that went under the street and then went up a freight elevator into the hotel I was actually going into. It was very strange.
That is. That's really weird. And Confessor has a follow-up question, not related to that. I really would just love to see what that visual looks like. I mean, any kind of photo of that, I would just like to look that up, because I mean, whoa, that's a little nuts. It's like a sewer system of some sort, like a basement. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he asks, as far as your piano cam, if you see it on your frame, is his mirror green screen?
No. Here, I'll turn it off. It's just a picture of a boat.
Ah, so it's an overlay, and you've placed
It's an overlay, yeah. Like, where did my arm go?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an overlay, and I put a 3D effect on it, so it looks like it's in the picture. I've got a few others like that too.
Oh, really?
Because sometimes I'll put that there, and you can see my camera isn't perfectly lined up.
McLovin, love it.
I've got that stuff for when I do the "What's Up with That" song.
Oh, okay. This is so funny.
Yeah, there's a few other things that can show up in that other window, like playing Garth there.
Playing Garth.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really wild. That's really wild. See, that I've always wondered what was behind that thing, because I knew it wasn't actually what it was. I knew there was something behind, like what the frame had something behind it. I just assumed it was blank, but it actually is a boat. How about that?
It's a boat. There's a Jason L. Rush is always lamenting that he can't see the boat. I guess he really has a thing for maritime paintings. I don't know, but he said he can't ever see it, and that's what it looks like.
Yeah. You still don't know what it is. It could have been a projected boat. Yeah, possibly, Cav. Yeah. Possibly. We'll never know.
That could be another overlay.
You never know. We'll never know.
It could be... Oh,
what is that?
I need to move that.
What was that? Random orange rectangle.
I used to have... Because the piano used to be the other orientation, so I was facing this way.
Oh.
So those photos were on the other wall, and that overlay I haven't used, so I didn't move it along with the other ones. It's still in the old place.
This is an interesting little trace from the past layout. That's interesting.
Yeah, there was, for a while, whenever that camera wasn't on, like, some of my chat would be like, all hail the orange square.
Yeah. The orange square. I like how your chat's onto all this stuff. That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and when that happened, that's when I added the Hypnotoad.
Ooh, look at this. Look at the toad. How do I invoke the toad on your channel?
It's a channel point redemption. I don't think anyone has ever invoked it. I think people are like, what the hell is this? And no one ever invokes it. There's the MST3K one as well. Like.
Oh, there you go. That's nice. Very authentic. Look at that. Hold on. Let me just take out the... Oh, never mind. Okay. Pretty cool. Yeah. Confuzzo says it's his vision board. Nice. All right. I love it. Let me check and see if Manny's still there. I keep losing track of him.
Looks like he is.
I think he is. Let's see. Yeah, he's still there.
He's on the West Coast.
Yes, he's in the Bay Area, Northern California. So, okay. So, Homo, could you do me a favor and put those raid calls back up, or I can do it. I'll just do it myself. I'll be fine. So they're the raid calls. They're your sub raids. Copy the raid calls, everybody. We're gonna go hang out with Manny now, and I'm very excited about this. Manny's cool people too. So, Adam, thank you again.
I'm probably gonna have to raid and go, but I've had a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Adam. I did too. This is really great. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, folks. I appreciate you, all of you. If you want to keep up in touch with what we're doing, we're over on Discord. Check out our Discord link here. Join our Discord, and we'll have some more fun. Oh, thank you, too, Rahamo. Thank you. Adam, likewise for you. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll go ahead and start our raid now. Let me just push the button to make that happen. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Okay, just give it just a second. And copy the raid call, everybody. Oh, thank you, Jade. Really, really nice of you. All right. Get those ready. I'm gonna give you like a few more seconds. Have you had dinner yet, Adam?
Man. Thanks for bringing me on.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. All the best to your channel. I look forward to coming back to Rock the Piano.
You too, man.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. Copy recall 30 minutes ago. Yeah, I know. I know. It's been a bit. So thanks, everybody. Have a good one, everyone. And we'll see you at Orchestra Music. Take care, everybody.